Hello and welcome to the Brawling Dragon Tavern, where we're a bunch of nerds that play games together. Yep.
Hello.
Announcements. Well, we don't have many. We're still working on many aspects of the tavern to bring it up and fully functional. It's only half functional right now. But yeah. We would love to actually reach out and thank our artists for doing all the amazing work they've done. Please go check out their actual website and throw some commissions their way. Rachel, thank you.
Seriously, she's really awesome. Does really great work.
No, Nikolai's cool.
Oh yeah, everybody's gonna argue.
This is awesome. Don't get me wrong.
You're all a bunch of miscreants and troublemakers. All right.
Yeah, I can't remember against that one.
So we're gonna jump in, do a little bit of brief history of when and where our story takes place. It's been 80 years since the events of the Five Kings, and what some to refer to as the most recent cataclysm of the world. We are now 80 years after the events of the Five Kings in the age known as the Arcanum Solstium Age. The events that took place on that day caused the ley lines to rupture and to create smaller ley lines that now run the course of the Earth. These ley lines, of course, run the entire gambit of the Earth and engross it and provide magical energy, which people use, and also keeps the Earth relatively stable. With them being fractured and splitting off has caused a little bit of instability, a little bit more danger out in the world, a little bit more chaos here and there. Unlike the divergence before it, though, however, things were not, as they say, reset to zero, and things did not have to start over. But, again, they refer to it as a cataclysm that occurred, and some people still refer to the material plane as the Stygian dream. Although, since the 80 years have passed, people have started using newer terms and coining newer things, because people are now full of hope that things are not going to return back to zero. People are hopeful that this is a sign of change. Until you lot fuck it up.
Totally.
We find ourselves on the continent of Valair, a land that is covered by the enchanted spotted dog forest, named for its now thought to be extinct Feyhound. The forest is vast and seeps like a river of green, touching every corner of the continent, only divided by the actual Hyperion spine. Some refer to it as a sword because it cuts the entire continent in half and touches the clouds in some areas. This runs its course into the Hyperion peaks, where the seat of the power for the continent is. This continent is on the west coast and flows into the Simial Ocean. It is also home to the majestic city of the Casil, the capital city. But our soon-to-be adventurers are on the far east side, just outside of the Garisium Vale, a place where few tread because of the magical storms that are there. Trust me, you don't want to go into the magical storms.
I have a feeling that's going to be one of our first destinations.
Just like me.
I don't remember hearing anything about these.
These would-be adventurers have stopped in the forest during their travels on their way to Winemore, a major city and the homeland of the noble families. The night has taken its leave and the morning has come. They are unaware of the world events that turn around them, or the things that are happening in the wilds, much less what the fates or the fate has in store for each of them. They are not seasoned adventurers, nor are they perfect. But this is their story for their tramps and hardships, and their successes, and failures, and mistakes, and stupid actions.
Just a little bit. I feel like there was a lot more negatives in there than nonsense.
Yeah, we may fuck it up, but we
Wait.
go with the best of intentions.
We join the party as they gather themselves, sitting around the morning campfire, the morning dew on the grass and the leaves. Cayenne, please describe yourself.
rather short-statured centaur. For most. I look kind of skeletal, at least for my spots. Except for my face, it looks like it's splotched white in some spots. Typically, my ears give me away whenever I'm nervous. My tail swishes a lot. Just don't get on my bad side. Hooves are not your best friend. No.
As a few of your siblings have found out over the course of time.
Maybe once or twice, or a
Twice
baker's
a year.
dozen in a month, a week, maybe.
As you go about eating your breakfast, you look across and you look over to Augie. Augie, describe yourself there.
Andrasuki is a dragonborn that seems to have a bit of vitiligo. The scale tone is mostly a bluish green seafoam color with seafoam green mottled patterns on it. She has a crest atop her head and two horns coming off that crest. Behind that crest are tendrils of dreadlocked hair. And as far as her body build, she is a athletic build with a swimmer's physique and tone. Usually seen in drab clothing, but if she has to, she will suit up into probably something closer to scale mail than plate mail.
All I'm picturing is just this homemade armor made out of oven mitts.
Why not be so rude?
Oh, you're good. As Augie sits and eats her breakfast, not exactly happy with the morning, she looks over at Mongo. Describe yourself there, Mongo.
Well, his full name is Melting Onions Gentle Oasis, for those playing the home game. In which case, he is a towering 2 foot 3 inches tall anthropomorphic cat with a tuxedo coloring. And he's absolutely adorable. Just ask him.
I was gonna say according to him.
His eyes are really
According
pretty.
to who?
Of course, he's got a hood and a cape because he has to be fantastic. I'm not good at describing.
All right. As you guys look over at Mongo shaking himself ferociously because of the mildew that's on the ground and the various droplets of water that are stuck to leaves, he brushes past Nikolai.
Watch it, cat.
Describe yourself.
You know I don't like being fucking wet. That's her thing.
Nikolai is what has been known as, or been told to be, a moon mouse. He stands about a foot tall on his hind legs, up straight tall, only about a foot. He has a gray fur. He is constantly always dirty or dusty or smoky or greasy.
I would say almost
Ashy.
oily.
Muddy.
Almost
Oily.
oily.
Oily, yeah, that can happen too. But he does try to keep himself clean, though. Like he doesn't take the time to do it if he doesn't need to be, because he's always busy fixing something. Some people will say breaking something.
Getting caught in something.
Getting caught in something. That's true. As evident by his tail, Whenever he gets excited after an old injury that he has, his tail kind of does like a little 90-degree turn at the end from an old injury that he received from something a long time ago. That hurt. Yeah, he's a little bit of a curiosity, or very curious little mouse. He's got giant ears. Each ear about as big as his head. Yeah. His coat, or he has a vest, I guess, or shirt, with pockets. He's always got something in pockets all over the place all the time. He's always putting stuff in his pockets.
He finds it eventually.
Finds it eventually.
Okay. I'm gonna just walk past all players. Okay. As you kind of sit there at the camp, nibbling on a piece of old cheese you found in one of your pockets, you look over and you make eye contact with your brother Scabbard. It's eyeballing your cheese.
Do you want some of my cheese? Start looking around.
Scabbard is a 2-foot-tall gemstone kobold, weighing in at about 15 pounds. He has crystalline horns, claws, tail plates, and belly plates. Gem-like scales, actually. Very fierce golden eyes. Always looks very skittish and alert, though, simply because he actually is somewhat of a coward. Fairly healthy in build for a kobold, too, actually. And he kind of sounds like this.
And everybody was instantly annoyed.
You'll never take it away.
Alright. So, at this moment, the table is yours as you're all gather around the poultry campfire and discuss things about where you're headed to, how everybody slept.
You need to figure out how to do something about your moisture there, buddy.
Yeah, I know. It's kind of hard to sleep under my umbrella.
And didn't she get a bedroll?
Well, yes, but that's still not going to help with the falling of water.
I don't think those lights that can stop the falling of water, brother.
I refuse to accept this.
It'll always rain somewhere.
Why didn't you follow my idea? You could have put your bedroll underneath the wagon, and we could have put something over the top of it to keep water from getting on you.
I forgot you mentioned that.
Also, speaking of, I do have to mention, I forget where I heard this, but I have heard it can't rain all the time.
This is true. It doesn't rain all the time. But it does rain somewhere in the world. We should probably break down our camp.
Probably.
Yeah.
Guess I'll get started over here. And I'll continue to make my way over to the location where our wagon is currently at and start making sure everything's all organized.
You start to walk over to that area and you see a gentleman, probably about 5'6" or so, and he's kind of poking around your cart. He throws a barrel aside, he's just kind of starting to rummage through it a bit.
Hey! What are you doing in there?
He looks over at it and he's like, "Hey, fuck off, I found it first." And he pulls out his sword, and you see a few others kind of pop out of the bushes too. One of them has a bow and arrow pointed right at you.
We have trouble.
What did you lose this time?
No, and I point.
Oh! You found someone!
Cheyenne's just gonna take a huge chomp off of her meat and is gonna turn her attention toward the calamity.
Your breakfast has been ruined. And of course, you find your sibling right at the center of causing the breakfast being ruined once again.
Scav!
It wasn't me. It's them. They're in our wagon. They're taking our stuff.
The one that's just kind of standing there, the larger guy, he's just looking at you, and he's like, "This is easy. You walk that way, we take your shit, and we go that way."
Yes, but that leaves us with a small problem of not having our stuff.
Oh, but you do get one thing, your life.
How about you get your asses out of this camp? Otherwise, I'm going to trample them out of this camp.
Okay, look, maybe we can just talk this out.
There's no talking with these shits. Got it?
I actually agree with Cayenne here.
I'm gonna go sneak.
The guy that's aiming the bow at Scav raises the bow and arrow up, aiming it in your direction.
If you're going to threaten me, shoot me.
I am gonna
Let's
go ahead
not
and
give
point
them suggestions like that, perhaps. Look, clearly you lot have fallen on hard times. Perhaps we can help.
Augie, Nikolai tells you he's going to go sneak over there.
I'm gonna go ahead and point my javelin launcher at the one that's pointing the bow, since he's no longer has any.
You don't have that on you.
Be quiet.
I thought I had it.
I'm going to pull
It's
out
not.
my
You
pick
can't
and
just
rotate
carry it.
down my.
Well, I have
Shield.
my wrist shot. I'll point that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make my way that way.
You guys are just like, all right, we're doing this.
We're doing this.
All
This
right.
guy threatened
Yeah.
my sister.
All right. Okay, everybody,
here we go.
roll initiative.
Oh, for fuck's sakes.
Oh,
Hey.
oh, look, it's the I word that you absolutely hate.
Here we go. Straight into the fray. All right, here we fucking go.
Oh,
I think-
not even half an hour in.
I mean, Cayenne didn't
Not
even
even
take
15 minutes.
take a moment to like talking about the thing. It was like, well, I guess this is what's going to happen. So,
Cayenne's response was correct. They're in our shit. We're taking it back.
they haven't apologized and asked to leave gracefully. They're trying to steal our
So we're just going to kill them. Cayenne, your initiative, please.
18.
Augie,
That was a 10.
Mongo.
18.
Wow, that's surprising from you. Nikolai.
20.
First time?
First time. Scav, initiative.
22.
All right.
I
All
may be
right.
Small, but I'm a speedy little fucker.
No, the term is speedy little shit.
That is also true.
All right. So yeah, at the top of the initiative is you, Scav.
All right. As soon as I see him take the bow off of me and point towards Cayenne, I will go ahead and take aim with my wrist shot.
Go ahead, buddy. Fire away. I'm gonna laugh. You roll a 1 to start the game off. That's not a 1.
No,
It's like a 2.
It's a 6, it looks like.
it's not great. Can't tell if it's a 6 or a 9. That's a 6. So that would be an 11.
11.
An 11.
Wow. Go ahead and roll damage there.
All right, I'll take it. Here we go. That was not inside the thing. So let's try that again. What the fuck was that?
Dude, how do you miss?
I don't know, but it happened thrice. That's a 4.
4 points of damage. Okay. So as the archer pulls the arrow up off you, you fire off the shot and you catch him just right in the thigh. And they look down, they're like, "Was that a fucking toothpick?" And the big guy is gonna take a swing at you. Oh God, I'm so sorry.
Oh god. Is that a crit?
Oh, I'm sorry. There, Scabbard.
Oh god.
First death of the campaign for the first 10 minutes. Whoa.
That
Awesome.
I have to do math.
Oh no.
So the big guy sees you fire off that shot, brings his sword around, and just cold cocks you with it for 13 points of damage.
Ooh! Dang!
That hurt! That hurt!
I was joking, but I think we might actually have someone dying today.
And he just instantly puts his foot on top of you as you're on the ground. Cayenne, you're up next. And you're tied with Mongo, so you're both on the same initiative.
Thought I was on
Seeing what happened to Scav,
You are.
Kayan's rationality is gone.
I'll put you in the next order.
So she's
Sorry, that's when we-
charging at this dude with her head lowered.
Okay.
Meeting of the minds.
Are you going for a ride?
Oh. Trying to think of it.
Nick, you're up next. Sorry about that.
Don't know if I can do this or not. But I'm gonna pull something out of my sleeve.
Okay.
Gonna try to use prestidigitation and aim, throw like a handkerchief or something at the guy with the bow and arrow and try to wrap it so that way he can't fire it.
Roll a performance inside of hand there.
Oh,
Okay.
fuck.
And go ahead and roll your charge attack there.
Performance.
I rolled an 8 to hit with only 5 damage.
You charge him and he kind of steps aside and instead of taking an actual like attack at you, he just smacks you across the ass with the flat of the sword.
9 on sleight of hand.
Huh?
It's a 9 on performance and 10 on sleight of hand.
Good lord, man.
You shake a little bit as you pull it out and you just throw it in the air and you're like, ta-da! You're up, Nick.
I play it off like I meant
Alrighty,
to do that.
so I am sneaking over to the guy with the bow.
Yep.
And that would be a 20 on my stealth.
You can, wait, dice go up into 2 digits?
Yeah, they do. So it's a 20 on my stealth.
Oh, that's 5. Oh,
Sure, I'll just light his pants on fire.
Wow, okay. Roll that there, buddy.
Are you also telling him he's a liar?
Well, yeah, he is kind of a liar, ain't he? He said.
But he's not a bard, so he's not carrying a lyre.
It's a 10 on the attack. Just to touch his hands, or touch his pants with my hand, light him on fire.
Touch his hands, take him on a blind date.
Yeah.
He kind of looks around a little bit, like trying to find his next target, and he kind of sniffs the air a little bit, looks down and sees his pants are on fire, and immediately starts trying to put them out. Actually, let's see, yep. He just kind of accidentally kicks you off a little bit to the side.
Cool. I'll go over to the next guy now.
As he's trying to put his pants out. Okay. Let's see.
You're just seeing how much chaos he can create.
Does that create does it do a D8 of the fire damage?
Barely just hit, so it's only doing 1 point of damage. But he did light him on fire.
Yeah, that's the whole point.
Yeah.
And then I'll proceed. How much distance did I have? Do I have enough to?
It was your whole movement.
Okay. So I will proceed to the other guy. There's only 2 of them, right?
There's 4 total.
There's 4. I'll. So I have no more movement right now. Then. Okay.
Yep.
Can I hide or try to hide?
You can certainly try.
Okay.
Doesn't mean it's gonna work.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, probably not, because that's only a 9.
9.
I'll pretend to just be a mouse.
So,
Performance?
okay. So, Augie, as you're standing there, the 2 other thugs come out on either side of you.
I'm not doing good on that one.
And one of them takes a swing at you and just bounces right off your shoulder armor, and the other one takes another swing at you and bounces off your forearm armor. And they look at you like looking at you like, you were supposed to hit the lizard. No, you were supposed to hit them and distract them for me.
I'm just gonna look at both of these gentlemen. I do believe we are at the point where you should be running. As I just bring up my pick into one's chin.
Oh.
Oh, he's going to just attack.
She attacked, but mostly she attacked.
We'll get to that in a minute because you're up next.
Yeah.
As you're getting ready to bring up your pick, something hits you in the forehead, and the other thug had thrown a rock at you for 2 points of damage.
Alright.
Ow!
Well then.
Well, when all you have is a sword, improvise. All right, you're up next, doggy.
Alright, so that attack is gonna go off then.
Okay.
Come on now. There it goes, okay. That's gonna hit 22.
22 definitely hits, like, by a lot.
Fantastic.
Oh, it's right. Disadvantage.
Wait, just a... Oh.
Oh, you're not an adventurer yet. Oh. I completely spaced that all the way up to this point.
Then a modified 20.
That still hits. Like, okay.
It was meant to be.
Augie's going to ruin someone's day.
So that's 13 points of damage then.
Oh, that poor guy. Did you kill him? No, you didn't. You just severely gave him a bad day. Alright. As Augie brings around her pick and gives this guy a very close shave to the side of his face, a chunk of his cheek kind of falls on the ground.
Oh god.
We're at the top of the initiative with you, Scav. And this guy's got his foot on you.
Okay, I'm reaching down, and I'm gonna try and grab my hammer, if I can reach it. And I'm gonna try and kneecap this guy.
Alright.
So here we go.
Remember, it's at disadvantage.
Yep. Didn't really change much that time. Let's see. That's a 15.
Oh, that definitely hits. Now I gotta roll a con check over here.
Alright.
Dude, you should have your dice outside of your tray when you roll through.
Why would I roll outside the tray?
Oh my gosh. Okay. What's your damage there, buddy?
That's a 6 for my strike with the hammer.
Okay. Nicola, you're up next.
Is the archer still on fire?
That's a good question. Yes, he is.
Okay. Can I get to someone else and catch him on fire?
As you brought up your hammer, though, you tried to kneecap him, but you ended up just bending his leg, and he's like, "Oh, you little fucking shit! I'm going to stab the shit out of you." All right.
Do I see? Yeah, they're nearby, aren't they?
Yeah.
How much movement do I have to get to the guy that's on?
About 15, half your
Okay,
movement.
cool.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Can I get to somebody in my full 25 movement?
Yeah.
And go by this guy?
No, you'll get to them, but you could probably go under the wagon.
Okay. So I'll spend my 15 feet of movement, go to the guy on Scav, and light his pants on fire.
Okay, go for it there, buddy.
Eight. Yeah, rolling low.
You try to do it, and you're trying to set him on fire, but his leather pants are too wet, and his shoes are too wet to catch fire.
Okay.
And he's gonna see you do that. Oh boy. I need you to make a dex saving throw there.
Alrighty.
Are we about to see the first mouse-shaped football game punch?
Dex?
Yeah.
16.
16. You kind of look up as you see this, and he kind of looks down at you. He takes his view off of Scav and looks at you and just kicks you right underneath the cart.
Okay.
For 4 points of damage.
Oof.
Well, that took his entire action out of play, so that works. Karen and Manga, you're up next.
Bit of help here, everybody.
Where's the prick who smacked Cayenne on the ass?
He's like right off to your side, actually.
Perfect.
oh no.
Oh, fuck.
And his back is to you too.
Oh.
Perfect. Cayenne is going to back up,
Okay.
Why would I?
and she's going to long jump into this guy.
I'm just picturing the little sirens, the backup sirens.
Her vision is slowly starting to become a bit burgundy in view, so she's going to long jump into him if she can.
All right.
The guy who's trying to take a swing at Brother Scabbard.
Mhm.
It's precisely fuck all I can do, so I'm just making this up as I go.
First time playing D&D?
You know exactly what I'm playing and what I don't have. I'm doing my best here. I'm going to try to make his sword talk to him.
And you said disadvantage?
Yeah.
That's a 4.
A 4 to hit?
Prestidigitation.
First
It's a
was
fucking
a
great
nat
spell.
20.
What?
You try to lunge into him, but as he kicks Nikolai under the cart, he moves just out of your way, and you kind of just land. You don't crash, you just land right past him.
Yeah, Kyan will be pissed at that and kick the wagon as hard as she can,
You
regardless of who's around.
You feel the wagon shudder from a very angry horse kick.
Okay.
Like, and go ahead, roll that performance.
There needs to be bloodshed. Kill every
Okay.
last one of them.
Performance.
Did you not sleep well?
Kill
22.
every last one of them.
Hey, it succeeded. What would you like the sword to try and say? Using prestidigitation.
Yeah. Gonna have it say, I swear if you were any worse at this, you'd be doing their job for them.
Oregon.
The talking sword might weird him out a little bit.
He looks at the sword and he just throws it off into the wild, like, he pulls out a dagger. Like, yeah, there was no save from that. Okay, yeah. And then Beavis and Butthead are gonna attack Augie again. So, as you're standing there between them, Augie, you're like, okay, I'm sandwiched between them. And they both go to swing at the exact same time and catch each other's swords. Right above your head. It's like, and they're like, I was swinging high, you were supposed to swing low. No, you were supposed to swing low, I was supposed to swing high. Augie's like, I'm just so fucking done with these two.
I am.
You're up, Augie.
I do believe I'm trying to tell you it's time to go and swing at the same guy again.
Okay. I'm not rolling very high right now either. Like, I didn't even have to look at their modifiers for that one.
Setting a 26, but at disadvantage, so let's try that again. Does a 14 hit?
Yeah, it does.
Fantastic. So that's another 12 points on the same dude.
Oh, that poor bastard. Which weapon are you? Oh, which weapon are you using?
That's a war pick.
You go swing at him again, and he's too busy arguing with his comrade, and you bring the pick around, and it catches him in the side of the throat, and you can see the tip of it come out the other side of his throat, and it gets a bit stuck in his jugular, and you yank it out, and you can hear the snap of it. And he kind of stumbles a little bit, trying to catch his breath, and he just falls over, and he's like, "You killed my friend!"
Yes, your friend was an idiot, and so are you. You're next. Shove the war pick at him.
He jumps back a little bit at that, and he's like, "Wait your turn." Wow, that was really meta.
Well done.
Holy shit.
Well, all right then.
And the thug that is on fire is going to try and put himself out, and, well, that didn't do him any favors.
Great.
He reaches for his water canteen, and he pulls it up, and he takes the lid off, and he tries to put it out. You just see him completely burst into flames as he pours oil on himself.
Oh. Okay, that's pretty great.
That's what happens when you roll a 1 on intelligence on how to put a fire out.
Oh my god.
Oh god, he is burning to death now. It's starting to smell like cooked bacon at this point.
Tasty.
Top of the round, Scav.
Alright,
You just see this chaos erupting around you.
I'm going to attempt to escape.
Alright. He's not on you anymore.
Oh, he's not?
No.
In that case, I'll use my movement to stand up.
Alright, half your movement's gone.
And, is there anything blocking my path to the wagon?
No. So you're right here. He's right here. Cayenne's right here. Wagon's right here.
I'm gonna try and reach into the wagon, or try and get into the wagon then.
Alright, you clamber into the wagon, and you hear the wagon move yet again, Nikolai.
And I'm just gonna pop out from over the edge. Hello. I'm gonna have my javelin launcher this time.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I actually don't have anything for this, so I have no clue what it does.
Yep, I know. I'm aware.
Let's see how this works.
Roll your attack there.
All right.
How did the wagon get destroyed? He rolled a 1.
That is a modified 20.
Alright, 2d6.
2d6.
Yeah, it'll be updated for next game. Oh my god.
Oh shit.
Oh, this poor guy. Oh, and I gotta roll a percentile to see if he gets stuck to anything. Because that's chunky.
That is a 6.
Nikolai, you're up next.
Yep.
As I prop this thing up and fire at him. Okay. This is the first time actually using this thing as a proper weapon, so I'm scared.
As you guys are in the thick of this combat during breakfast, you hear this loud, familiar clank as the launcher goes off. And the entire wagon just almost goes sideways on top of you as you fire this off. And you see the guy that you were trying to kick, he just goes flying past you with a giant bolt stuck in him.
Oh.
Knowing.
But now he's in front of you.
Oh, he bolted past her.
Oh, lordy. Nikolai, you're up.
Do I have a target within 30 feet? I can hurl flame at?
Yeah, there's plenty of targets within 30 feet. There's 4 of them. There's 8 of
One
them.
guy's really on fire.
There's 8 of them if you count your siblings.
Please don't count your siblings.
Why would I count my siblings? Alright, so the guy that had Scabbard down, is that the guy that you just hit with the cross with the ballista?
with basically the ballista? I honestly do not know if that was the one, or if it was the one that was attacking Cayenne.
It's the boss guy that's down.
Oh, so that was the big guy.
Yeah, the big guy's down.
Big guy's down. I did
He's
it.
not dead.
No, but he's probably hurt.
He's hurt.
Yeah, I'll.
How much damage was that again?
It was a 6 and whatever would go with getting punctured by a ballista.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
I don't know.
Cool. I got it.
All right, I'll hurl a little flame over at the guy that's on Augie.
All right. The one that's still standing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is a disadvantage roll, right?
Yep.
Okay. Oh, jeez. 9.
9. You hurl a flame and it just goes right past him, and he looks in the direction of where it came from, trying to figure out where did the flame come from exactly. And he knows where the flame came from.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Let's see.
I'll pretend to be a mouse. Probably not very good at it.
How
That'd be
about
a 4.
a 4?
What do I just see him just kind of running around on all fours? I'm a mouse.
It's pretty accurate right now. The guy sits up and he looks at the bolt stuck in his shoulder and he pulls it out and he's like, "What the fuck is this?" And he realizes he's in front of you and he throws it at you.
Javelin launcher. Thing's terrifying.
Yeah.
Handheld ballista.
Handheld ballista. Oh.
In the hands of a kobold.
By one. So he throws this javelin at you and he gets stuck right in the ground between your two front feet. Yeah, that didn't go well. That's unfortunate. Mongo and Cayenne, you're up.
Cayenne's just gonna grin, seeing this, grip the javelin and rip it out of the ground and stare at the guy. It's like, aren't you so cute? Yeah, we're not allowing that again. And she'll stand over him and stomp a hoof down at his collarbone.
Ooh.
Oh, that's right, he's prone. Shit, I didn't get him to stand up. Shit. Okay, go. Roll your attack there. Kind of the fact that there was just a frickin' javelin displacing said bone? Yeah.
11 to hit
That will definitely hit.
with 6 damage.
Yep. That hurts. Yeah, so you walk over to him and you have his javelin in your hand. It's now covered in mud and blood and a few pieces of meat. And you stand over him and you bring your hoof down as hard as possible. And you hit the exact same spot where the javelin was. And you feel your hoof make impact. And you can feel the already weakened bone basically give and just snap like a chicken bone.
Yummy.
And you, as you plant your foot into the ground, you can feel it hit the actual ground along with the wetness of the actual meat that's been damaged.
Cayenne will just stand there and just stare him in the eye and grin.
Oh, he's screaming bloody murder right now, because who wouldn't be? You're up, Mongo.
Fuck.
Hey, here's the plan. Do something.
Yeah, there's not a lot I can do.
Yeah, just like an actual cat.
Yeah. Okay, so clearly it's one guy who's hurting and on the ground.
Yep.
Who
One
else
guy
is
that's basically a toasted marshmallow.
leaving him alone.
One guy that's currently on the ground that's no longer spurting blood all over Augie. And one guy standing there trying not to shit his pants.
That'll do. Again, prestidigitation. Going to make it smell like he did.
Okay, roll that performance. No, actually, roll that charisma. Roll me a charisma there, buddy.
Oh, fuck. 8.
8.
We're rolling like crap.
We all are. We all are in that same boat right now, which is refreshing. Augie, you just smelled a scent of shit in the air all of a sudden.
Coming from that one guy.
And the guy looks at you and he's like, "Oh, I think that my friend you just killed just shit himself." And you can hear,
That wasn't you. Oh.
"Oh, are you sure it wasn't you? I heard dragonborn smell like shit all the time."
No, men smell much worse.
Oh God, we're terrible.
Absolutely terrible, but it's hilarious. So
Yep.
it works.
Oh my
Honestly,
God.
I almost want to cue the Benny Hill theme.
With the shit that's going on, yes. Okay.
Great.
Oh, he actually matched your armor class for once. Yay! I can roll a damage. So, as you're distracted by said shit smell, he brings his sword around and actually gets it between 2 plates of your armor, and just slides it right across the top of your hip bone for 5 points of damage. Enjoy that, Augie.
5.
Yep, 5. All right. And the guy that's turning, nope, not even gonna bother rolling for him. Scav, you're up.
I'm gonna look through the wagon and see if we have any healing powders or any healing potions left.
Do an investigation, or a search, or something.
I'm hurt.
You're up next, Nick.
Okay. Is the guy on Augie, does he have a hat on?
Does he have a hat on?
Yeah.
No.
Okay, I'll light his hair
Okay.
Argo?
Apparently, we're going full Home Alone here.
Okay. 23 investigation.
You search around a little bit and you kind of look through everything, and but you do find a actual cookie. You don't find a healing potion, but you find a cookie.
I'll take a fucking cookie. I need it, I guess. Hopefully it'll do something. I will go ahead and try and gather any of our stuff, if I recognize anybody's weapons. And as soon as I do, pop out from the side of the wagon and be like, "Here, everybody!" Toss them out to everybody.
As you toss them out, they just fall because you're very tiny.
Yeah. I kind of expected as much.
Yeah. I'm so curious who actually set this guy's hair on fire.
Be pretty.
He's pinned to the ground by a horse. Broken collarbone. Can't really move.
19?
Hole in his
Had his
shoulder.
shoulder
What?
like
19?
got flung back with aggressive force.
You don't set his hair on fire, but you do set his rather luxurious beard on fire.
This
Okay.
Insulting.
this poor bastard.
Do I do my 1d8 points of damage to it?
Yes.
Okay.
To his dignity.
They thought that this was going to be an easy robbery.
No.
4.
They weren't expecting a bunch of fuck-ups.
They were expecting.
I ain't got nothing else. That's all I can do is produce flame.
Oh my God.
They were not expecting team to touch it up.
Cayenne and Manga, you're up next.
Oh, shit.
Alright.
Kyan's staying on this dude, but she's not rational, so she's gonna bare-handed take the javelin and try to shove it into his other shoulder.
Okay. Roll your attack. What's Manga doing?
Oh, who's still standing?
Well, that guy is technically not standing, but he's still alive. And then there's the one you just saw basically try to eviscerate Augie.
Whose beard is on fire?
Ah.
No, the one on the ground is on fire.
No, I was doing that on the one that's attacking Augie.
Oh, okay. I thought you were doing the one on the ground that Cayenne had pinned down.
Nah, I figured she looks like she's got him taken care of.
All right, so the guy that's standing, I will say his beard doesn't fire. How much damage is that? 6?
4.
4? Okay.
4 points to dignity.
Yeah, he's trying to put his beard out. It's currently on fire.
And 9 to hit with 4 damage.
The 9 does not hit. For some reason, it's like trying to hit a whack-a-mole, and he keeps moving around. You bring the spear down, and it's just making you more frustrated. He keeps trying to move out of the way as best as he can.
This would just make her more angry, and she'd just keep trying.
How about like a pony kick up in the air where you kind of like flip yourself around and land your
Cayenne will just stand
Rear
on
here.
him and do what she's doing.
weird hooves on his face?
Oh, she's about to have even more
Pirouette,
reason to
yes.
get more pissed off. So as you try to stab him like that, he brings the dagger around and stabs it right into your front leg. And just sinks it all the way in, up to the hilt. For 2 points of damage, which is not what he wanted, but it's still 2 points of damage on Cayenne. Alright, Mungo, what are you doing now?
So the guy who's trying to put his beard out.
Yeah,
What kind of weapons is he carrying?
a sword that you can currently see.
Is it in like one hand and he's trying to pat
Yeah.
it out? Okay. Fuck. I guess I will try to sneak over to him and tie his shoes together.
Okay. Roll that stealth, buddy.
This is some
I don't have any offensive spells. There's fuck all I
No,
can
I get
do.
it. Totally get it.
Oh.
Good opportunity to do it because he's totally distracted. Did
My laptop just died.
you not plug it in?
It's plugged in.
12.
I don't know what happened.
12?
12.
Okay, let's see if the 2 people that are still alive.
You can see the power supply is turned on.
Well,
The guy that's on the ground, he's like, "Hey, oi!"
okay.
But the guy that's on fire is not paying any attention. You successfully sneak over to him.
That's good.
Now roll a sleight of paw there.
Yeah. Things fucking work.
I'm pretty sure it's pointless because Augie's gonna probably
11.
kill this guy. Yeah, you tie his boots together.
If he puts his beard out, then it'll fuck up his movement a little bit.
Yep, that is a fair point. He's going to attempt to put his beard out, which he does. He finds the water, not the oil. Augie, you're up.
Oh, good. You put that blasted rat on your face. Now let me just put the rest of you out.
Oh,
No
God.
chill.
To this party?
Augie, if you hit him in the head with that thing, you can say you're trying to pick his brain.
You can do it.
I'm guessing a 10 doesn't hit.
Nope. No.
Fantastic.
Him trying to put his beard out and him trying to not trip over his own shoes now, you just miss just ever so slightly.
You needed an 11.
Oh.
A 10.5 might have done it.
How do you roll a 10.5 again?
Scav, you're up.
Alright, so. I guess I will hop out of the back of the wagon. I'm gonna look around since I don't know what's been going on when I'm inside of there. Who's still up? Who's down?
You hop out of the wagon, you kind of get your bearings a little bit. You see the one guy that's laying there next to next to Augie, and you see off in a little bit in the forest the guy that tried to run off that's smoldering. You can see some black smoke coming from his corpse. And you see your sister standing basically through a guy. And you see another guy over there like patting his beard out, and Augie just managed to miss him.
What the fuck is going on here? I'm gonna go ahead and move over to where I can guess next to Augie, or yeah,
Yep.
I'll go over to where Augie is at.
Yep.
And I'm gonna bring along with it her trusty hammer that's in the wagon.
Oh God.
Augie, here, take it. I'll hand it off to you.
He comes running over with a hammer.
Use the hammer. I have this.
Are you gonna use the hammer?
I don't know if I can, but I'll try. So I will go ahead, and if there is an enemy within sight that's nearby, I will strike him.
It's the dude that's right next to Augie.
Then I'm gonna strike him.
Ooh, you just get a regular roll now. You just get a regular roll.
Oh, just a regular roll.
Yeah, remember your kobold?
Pack tactics.
Oh, back tactics. Okay.
You're with your sister.
Okay. Shit.
And Mongo.
Let's go then.
Oh, I'm excited for this.
I'm not.
Woo! First one of the night. Let's go.
No,
I'm
not the first
honestly
one.
surprised that wasn't me.
I rolled a 1.
Hey,
I'm
buddy.
pretending
You
to be an
rolled a
extra
1 too?
mouse.
Would you kindly roll me an attack, please?
Oh fuck.
What's your hammer do, Augie?
No, you roll your attack.
Roll an attack.
Oh. Okay. No fucking way.
Was that natural 20?
That's a natural 1. That's 2 ones in a row.
Okay.
What the hell?
Please roll another attack for me.
That's a 17.
Okay, Augie, what does your hammer do for damage?
I'm gonna cry. The hammer does.
Technically a 21 if I add my strength to it.
Oh, this is already ugly enough.
The hammer does 1d4.
24?
Please roll 2d4 and add your strength modifier to it.
Why are you trying to kill me?
I'm not.
She's trying to kill
Scabbard
me.
is.
That's 12.
12?
I'm asking Scabbard. Why
So,
Scabbard is
Scav,
trying
you're
to
like,
kill me.
you look up at the hammer as Augie tells you to use it, and then you look at the hammer and you look at the guy and you go to swing it, and just as you go to swing it, he moves out of the way and you hit Mongo full force
Oh!
with the hammer. And you literally pick him up off the ground from the momentum and slam him right into Augie, knocking them both prone.
Oh my god!
Why?
And you both take 6 points of damage from that.
Ooh. Ow.
I dropped the hammer. I should not hold this power. I drop it.
We're on the same fucking side.
I'm sorry.
Pure chaos. Nikolai, you see this happen.
That's it. Put the fucking thing down.
I already dropped it.
Scabbard!
Oh god, that's bad.
Alright, I'll run up to the guy this time, and I'll do a regular attack.
Okay.
Since that'll allow me to do 2 attacks.
Okay. 2 attacks at disadvantage.
And I've got 2 of my brothers and 1 of my sister right near this guy, so...
Oh my god.
Oof, that first one probably didn't hit. Actions, attack, 8 probably does not hit. Okay, second attack.
Kerthunk, go the dice.
13.
13 does hit.
Okay.
That one.
2.
2
2 points of damage
with your dagger.
with my dagger.
You go up and you're just like have like this epic music playing in your head, like something that Mongo would play, and you charge up and you stab his shoe at first, and then you're like, ah, and you just bring it back around and you stab him and you feel it sinking all the way, and he looks down, he's like, what the fuck? It's like getting stabbed with a toothpick, a very angry toothpick at that.
Leave my sisters alone!
Sounds like a shitty bar. The angry toothpick.
The guy you have pinned, he tries to pull the dagger out, and he can't get it out of your meat.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's just he's just kind of wiggling it back and forth, trying to pull it out, and he can't get it out. He's like, "Fuck!"
That's not okay.
It's not okay. Mongo and Cayenne, you're up.
Augie, I got a terrible idea.
I don't think I want to hear it, but tell me anyway.
Cayenne's going to grip the hand while he's got it on the dagger and going to be trying to yank it out along with him and just bear all of her weight down onto his chest.
Oh god.
Oh, okay. Roll that attack.
Yeah.
So I try to say just to Augie.
Mm-hmm.
You go to hit him, I'll try to hit him in like the back of the knee. Try to do it at the same time.
Oh, he's
That
too
might work.
he's too distracted by the mouse. What was that?
It was a 13.
Oh, that definitely hits.
And 4.
4? That'd do it. So as you pull the dagger out, you drop all your weight down on this guy after pulling your foot out, and you just hear his ribcage just completely compress and just break, and the hole in his shoulder just basically spurts like a small fountain of like blood and viscera from the pressure of it.
Terrible.
All right, so you're holding yours for Augie. All right, yeah, he's dead. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so this guy's going to try something, and God damn it, I rolled that dice back there. Okay. Okay.
Are you comfortable there, Cheddar?
Oh, he is so comfortable.
Bonus cat.
So as you're like excited you did something,
Mm-hmm.
this guy looks down at you and he pulls out a dagger, and he looks down at you and he just holds it by the handle and he just drops it, and it comes down and it goes right behind you and cuts right along your shoulder blade and gets stuck in the ground for 3 points of damage.
Oof. All right.
Just a glancing blow.
Not Nikolai.
Augie, you're up. So are you, Mongo, since you're holding your action.
Well, I have to get up.
Yep, that's half your movement. You're not very far away, so...
Yeah, so I try to sneak around and then barrel right at the back of the knee.
Roll it.
And try to time it perfect with Augie.
Yep.
And at the same time, Augie is going to charge at him, head down, right into his chest and try to tackle him.
Oh god.
All right. Roll that attack, Augie. Huh?
What do I add?
Oh, fuck if I know. Athletics.
Oh.
Because you're trying to be a barrel.
Modified 10.
Okay. What's your attack there, Augie?
21.
Okay. Roll your damage. This poor guy's been... 9. So this guy's been set on fire. He's had his shoelaces tied together. God, he's been stabbed with a toothpick. This really is...
Thumped in the chest. His knee just buckles, hopefully.
This really is like a outtake session of Home Alone.
Or Rasputin, jeez.
Rasputin. Yeah, so you basically knock him over, and you're using the horn, right?
Yep.
Yeah, it gets stuck, and as you kind of tumble over him, and you land on top of the guy, and your horn is stuck underneath his rib cage, right against his diaphragm, as you try to pull loose.
Oh, good. Just start shaking my head around then.
He's like, oi! He's like, oi! He's just coughing up blood. He's like, stop! Stop! It hurts! We're at the top of the round.
Oh.
Scav, you're up.
We are failing our way to success.
Oh god.
You see this happening in the guy. It looks like you took a tent and you propped it up, but it's flesh stuck on a horn.
Oh.
Oh god. I think
Permission to vomit?
no. I'm gonna go ahead. First time of the campaign. Hey, I'm gonna forego my turn to allow Augie to try and finish this off.
Okay.
And just go, Augie, do it! Finish this!
Nikolai,
Finish
you're
it,
up.
Augie.
You just saw all this carries happen over your head.
Yeah, he's down. He's down prone now.
Oh yeah, he's got an Augie on top of him.
So yeah, I'm swapping my my order with
Okay.
Augie.
Okay.
Put her back on the top.
Okay, so you're switching your initiative.
Yep.
Augie, your initiative's at the top now.
So it's
So, I mean,
your
she gets to
turn.
go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Starting next round, your initiative will be at the top.
Oh, he can't do it now
Because
because he goes first and she
Oh.
goes last.
That's why I'm swapping.
Yep. Actually, Augie, it is your turn because you're at the top of the initiative now.
Alright,
Yes.
so I'm going to drop my shield. I've still got my gauntlets on, and I'm just going to dual punch this guy in the chest and wrench my head out of him.
Oh.
I'll allow it for class. Go ahead. Roll 2 attacks for me, please. You have convinced me with enough pizzazz to do this.
To allow you to do this.
Yay! So that's a 21 to hit
Oh,
and a
God.
23 to hit.
Oh god.
Yeah, that's a thing that happened.
For 12 points of damage and another 12 points of damage.
Holy shit.
So, as you're on top of this, you yank the horn up, and it looks like a chest burster just bursts out of this guy's chest. And you proceed to pummel his head. And even Cayenne comes over to you and pats you on the shoulder as you look down. And there's a neck stump with chunks of meat hanging off of it, and his head is basically fragmented into the mud.
Oh, jeez.
Yikes.
Beautiful.
Oh,
Fantastic.
Augie. It's a bit much, don't you
Just
think?
a little bit there. A little bit too much there, sister.
My helmet got stuck. I'm sorry.
I mean, I guess.
Well, you successfully have killed said bandits in a roundabout way. Table's yours to discuss your
So
success.
what was wrong with trying to talk to them?
Question: Whose watch was it?
Who failed to watch? I told you we need to keep watch.
Everybody,
Nobody woke me up.
everybody kind of looks around, and then they all kind of settle on looking at Mungo.
What?
You?
Right in the back of the head, just a good smack. We could have died, you fucking idiots.
Oh, I'm sorry. You're a seasoned pro at this, are you?
I'm
think
actually formally
everyone
trained by the
except
guard.
for
Thank
me
you
and
very
Augie would have died.
Okay, you know what?
Paul,
Look, give me a minute. I'm trying to come up with something here.
meanwhile, Cayenne just stares at you, covered in just blood splatter, visceral goop all over her.
Visceral
running
goop.
with her.
I'm
What was that?
investigating the neck stump with my dagger.
Oh yeah, you can see right down the guy's
This is gonna
throat. Some
take me a
blood
few
spurts
minutes.
out.
But I will come up with
I'm
something.
gonna look around and
You
I'll
know I
make
will.
sure that they didn't actually like take any of our stuff.
Yeah, go ahead and do an investigation.
All right.
I'm pretty sure there's some usable meat on some of these.
You don't know where they've been?
Food is food.
That's a 14.
You've eaten worse and you know it.
Yeah, but they're-
You start
Humans.
looking around. You look through your gear.
Yeah,
It's
but
all
they've
there.
been-
They had just
Okay,
happened
and
upon
you've
you.
eaten worse.
Towards the end of Mongo's watch, essentially.
No,
You wander a bit further, and you do find that they did set up like a little campsite, and you
can
do
have
find
the
all
last
their
resort.
stuff.
You turn it to jerky. You don't eat it.
Well,
Hey,
they were Jedi,
everybody.
so I guess that's
Hey.
appropriate.
Hey, over
What?
here.
What?
He's
Over
about
here.
60 feet away or so.
That's gross, sister. What you like?
Over
Ew.
here. Come on. I found something. I'm trying to wave everybody down. This way.
Cayenne will just grunt and make her way over.
Yeah, hold on. Prestidigitator clean.
Doesn't help the stab wound she has, but yeah.
Why did you clean me?
You were just complaining about it banning your fur.
Okay, Anne, I've been matted by worse.
Try to help.
Look, I think I found their camp. It's a little campsite.
As you guys wander over there, you do see like this tiny little ramshackle camp area with bedrolls, one tent.
Ooh, they have a tent.
Oh, see, I could have used one of those.
Yeah.
As you kind of rummage around, you do find a couple of like a small bag of coin. You do find like scalps from people they have killed.
Something tells me these are very, very bad people.
What was your first clue? Them trying to kill us.
Cyan will look for any books that may be useful to her.
All right, go ahead and do an investigation.
At disadvantage?
All right.
No, it's only combat situations for now.
Yeah,
I guess
I'll do a search around
it
the
wouldn't hurt
camp.
to see if they had anything importance or anything that they had on them that we could probably take.
Yeah.
Are we bad people?
They were going to kill us.
That is true. They did hurt a lot of others, so
19?
Well, we also don't know if the people that they hurt were bad people.
this is also true.
Fact of the matter, we didn't exactly
I'm
get
not
to
a
know
bad
them.
person. That hurt.
You don't find any books that are of interest to you, but you do wander around like the actual camp, the actual fire, and you do see that they have basically taken books from other people, and they were using them as kindling in the fire. And he's like, "What?"
Toilet paper too would work.
Oh, you do find some of that used as toilet paper too.
I will go ahead and search the bodies to see if there's
But you do
anything
find a
else.
half-used potion.
I will keep that for myself to research later.
I'll search the camp too.
All right.
Might
I'll
as well
search
look around.
Look around.
I'll search the bodies for any
Rolling
like
up
coins,
his cock.
weapons, or any like notes or anything.
Okay.
Maybe something that could tell us a little more about this area that we're in.
24.
Ooh, that's
Hey,
24.
I'll take it. Natural 20.
Okay, we'll get to that. You
I
doing
got
anything, Augie, or just keeping watch?
Sweet.
For the time being, I am going to start looking around for healing poultices, bandages, anything to like patch wounds.
Okay. Go ahead. Would you roll?
24.
24. You do see the books that have been used as kindling. You start looking through them. They're like, they're nothing specific. They're more along the lines of like books you would just find at a general library. Some things describing the forest. Some things, life on the coast, or life in the forest, or life in the big city. Things like that. Outside of that, you don't find anything really useful. You do find where they were using basically the bathroom and using said books as the bathroom.
Oh, that's disgusting.
Well, 19, do I not find anything either?
You do find another healing potion that was tucked away in the tent, and a small bag of coins. What'd you roll there, Nikolai?
Natural 20.
Natural 20?
Mhm.
You wander around a little bit,
Mhm.
and you're just kind of poking around, and you look under the captain's bedroll, and
Couldn't hold it, could you?
had to go, didn't you?
Sorry.
At the table. My God. The inhumanity of you.
A mouse.
God.
Look, he's just a little pissed that Nikolai got hurt.
I'm gonna take a moment to appreciate the fact that the biggest person is playing the tiniest characters.
Yeah. You do find like an actual dagger,
Okay.
but it's like an off color you're not familiar with. It's almost like a pearlescent green color.
Is this just like underneath his pillow or bedroll or something?
Yeah.
Cool. Grab it.
It's bigger than you. You're dragging it out behind you, essentially.
All right. Found a cool dagger, guys.
What'd you roll there?
Natural 20.
Natural 20 as well?
Or long sword to you?
It's more like a buster sword to him.
That's not a dagger then. That's a short sword.
That's basically a great sword for you.
No, I mean,
It's a dagger about that long.
Okay.
It's
Hey,
kind of like a
dagger could be like a foot long.
yeah.
Yeah, okay.
There's a swordbreaker daggers.
So it's like a great sword for me right now.
Yeah,
Unless it's magical, then it becomes a dagger for me.
you just see him just dragging this line behind him with this blade that looks weird.
The more I learn about these guys, the less upset I am about the fact that they all just died.
They were trying to kill us, brother.
They're also burning books and using them for toilet paper.
Oh,
Bunch of
that's
fucking
that's a
savages.
greater sin than trying to kill us, huh?
You do
I
find
don't
a
know.
large
Still have
bag
a
of coins on the
badge.
lead guy,
Okay.
the one that Cayenne killed.
All
The bag is burst, and you have to kind of put the coins back in because she sat on him.
right. Go ahead and fuck them up then.
Yeah,
We should
and you
probably
do
get
notice
that
they look
bandage.
different than the coins that you have in your pack.
They'll stop eventually.
Yeah, but you
Inspect
also
it very
get
closely.
infected.
Yeah, they have a different
And then I'll
iconography.
compare the two.
Yeah, they have a different iconography than the ones you're used to seeing. The gold looks
See
different.
Kaya
The
and
silvers
she's
look
in,
different.
like,
The
a-
bronzes look different.
They're stamped
Seeing
differently than
like
the
a
ones we
drunken
use.
Yeah.
state at this point.
Oh, good. You're
Come
punch
eat-
I will
drunk.
keep them separated in two separate
Yes.
bags.
And you
Yeah.
do find
Go with
the
that.
archer tucked away in a wrapped piece of leather. It's slightly charred around the edges at this point because he was set on fire. A book that is more geared towards rangers, like how to understand the forest and read the forest and things like that.
Definitely something I want to take hold of. I will keep that for later. Listen here. Here we go. And let's see if I can't salvage some of this. I'm going to try and salvage some of the leather from the armor and such.
It's not too hard to do. There's 3 guys that are relatively in one piece, so
I'll
Relatively.
go ahead and collect as many bits of scrap leather, twine, anything that I can. Any weapons and such, I'll collect those too. Make sure that I put them all in the wagon. Once
I'm
I-
gonna go check out my corpse queue.
So,
we should
Um,
probably clean all this up.
well, yeah, that was kind of my next question. Is I don't know about you guys, but I'm relatively new to this.
I'm
What
pretty
do
sure
we do next?
we all well.
Do we bury them?
Do they deserve a
Do we
burial?
alert the authorities? Tell them approximately where the bodies are?
I
We're
suppose
in
both.
We're in the forest.
So overall, you have the dagger, 3 books, 120 gold pieces, 10 silver, 5 copper, and a half-used potion.
Can you send that to me, please?
I will on break.
Do we try to make it look like they just got mauled by a bear or something?
No.
As you say that, you look over at the one that Cayenne killed.
Do we make the others look like they got mauled by a bear or something?
How does it explain the guy that's a lump of coal now?
Just light them on fire again. Eventually, it'll sort itself out.
You hop on the body as you say this.
Yeah,
and
I was gonna go check it out. I was like,
you
I've
hop,
never seen a charcoal body.
Yeah, you hop on the body as you say this, and it gives away a little bit, and flakes of like barbecued meat fall off.
Ew.
It's like that first time you guys tried to ever camp and you overcooked the meat.
Ew.
The gentleman I used as a pillow, you said he was the big boss, right?
Yeah.
She's gonna remove a trophy.
All right.
Oh,
What are you
shit.
removing?
She's basically going to do what he did to the other poor souls.
Ooh.
Oh.
Humiliation
All right. Roll a nature there.
with his own dagger.
All right.
I'm sorry. What are you cutting off?
She's
I
scalping
don't-
him.
Yeah,
Ah,
I don't like saying the term, so
got it.
humiliating him. We will call it that.
Yeah.
That was a 16.
16?
Maybe the
Uh,
next count.
As you come over and you're counting the coins in your bag, you hear like the sawing sound of meat, and you look over and you see your sister scalping this guy.
I shake my head. What the hell am I doing now?
Always being this kind of twisted.
She basically take a small strip of it as something to put on her
What?
headdress.
Has she always been this kind of twisted?
Tassel.
Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
When did you see her do twisted shit like this?
Well, I don't think she's ever done it before, but I mean, let's be honest, she's kind of on brand with this.
She did threaten
By the way,
a lot.
these coins, they're different from ours. It's, just look. And I hand them over to you.
Yeah. You look at the coins, and sure enough, they don't look like the ones from where you're from. You're like, they're just different than from where we're at.
I guess each city would probably make their own coins. I mean, you just have to heat the metal up, right, Augie?
Something like that, yes. There's pressing, there's fabrication. It's more in depth than that, but yes.
Well, yeah, I kind of figured. You know it's not my forte.
Oh, you also, sorry, forgot. You also get 2 horses, and you do find their actual gear to actually hook them up to the cart.
Hmm.
And we have 2 more? No, we only have...
Do I notice any markings on the horses, like a brand or anything? As if they were stolen?
They were stolen, but you don't see any markings on them, except for the fact that these bandits were not too pleasant with them.
That's cool, sister. You don't have to pull the cart no more.
Must be awkward for you.
One thing I do have to point out, I found something. And Augie's going to hold up the healing potions you found. It smells like it's fine.
I found
Mongo,
You know-
why don't you check it out?
I
Come on,
could
take a
really
look.
use
Go
that
ahead.
right now, sister. I'm kind of hurt.
As you look around, you realize you're all a little hurt.
On a scale of...
Augie's about to fall over, just so you know.
On a scale of 1 to 14, I'm at a 1.
That's never happened before.
Hmm.
Take a look at the health potion.
Mm-hmm.
Is that Arcana?
Mm-hmm. What'd you get there?
Nat 20.
Gasp! Are you okay?
Oh my god!
First time?
Rolled a 20.
Wow!
No, I've rolled 20s before, but with Mongo here, anytime I've done any kind of fucking Arcana check, it's been 9 or lower.
Congratulations.
So, you see Mongo scurry off to grab the potion, scurry off, and he grabs the one you had as well. You were about to take it out, like, show everybody, and you're like, the fuck? And you see, like, a puff of smoke come from the cart, and you're like, the fuck? And he comes out, and he's like, he's like, the healing potion is the one that Augie found is still got the wax seal on it, and it's still sealed. And it's a greater healing potion. The one you found that's half used is, you identify it as Stone Giant Strength. But it's mostly used. There's very little bit left. You can still see, like, the toenails still floating in there in the bottom from it.
Stone Giant's strength potion. That is...
Oh, the both of you would have a lot of fun with that.
As he holds it up and he's trying to... Go ahead and explain it, dude.
Oh.
So, what exactly is that, Mongo? What have you found?
You look at it and you can see the toenail floating in the bottom of the one that's mostly empty.
That's disgusting.
Why would somebody put a toenail on a potion?
Not the weirdest
Believe it or
thing I've
not,
seen
there's a
in
point to
potion.
that.
No, he has a point.
Now, if you leave it on the tip of the toenail, that would be the point.
Oh my god.
Sorry, I'm also trying to look it up so that way I can actually...
Oh, I'll make a point to recollect my javelin for the javelin launcher. So, we'll take care of that now.
You're trying to pull it out of the ground where your sister stuck it in.
A little bit of help. Please.
She'll just reach down and just yank it out.
I didn't realize it went up that high. Okay. Okay, you two are gonna have to decide who... Yeah, one of these two are getting it, not us. Although we would all have a lot of fun with this. Not like the fun like your little bag of tricks there. Totally different fun. Next time we come across book burning douchebags like this, chug it.
You as he holds the potion up to you, you look at the toenail floating in there, and the liquid just kind of lets off like almost like a fizzy soda, orange soda.
Yeah, look, I don't know how it's gonna fucking taste, but trust me, you're gonna like the effects.
What does it do?
Did you just want to grab one of them and just kind of yeet them into the clouds? You can do that!
Do we have to crunch on the toenails?
Do you mean that it makes you strong?
Very.
You mean like a giant?
Yes. Hill giant, to be specific.
Wow.
Or just grab one of them and just proceed to
Question.
augie them into the ground.
Augie?
What does a hill giant look like?
Very, very big.
Okay.
We come up to about...
Their
ankle?
toe.
Toe? Oh, fuck. Toe?
Well,
We're about
that
toe
makes
height.
sense. I mean, the three of us,
Like the
Our-
entire toe
minute.
is a foot tall.
Yes. I hold up part of my foot. It's like, yeah. With this...
So
Yes.
from here to the top of the foot is a foot tall.
Compared to
It's actually like this big.
That's big.
Yes! They're fucking huge!
and that will make us strong, like one of them.
For a little while. With as much that's left. Probably not too long, but basically you could beat a motherfucker with another motherfucker.
I'm gonna take it.
No.
I'll walk over and hand it to Cayenne. I feel like you should have this. Augie's
One of the
already
two
very
of
strong.
you gets this, because you'll know how to actually use it effectively.
I feel like
One of
Cayenne
the three
needs
of
it
us
more.
try to use it, the most that's with our leverage, the most that's going to happen is we're going to caber toss them a foot or so.
Here's the thing.
We can help them do a backflip at best.
Cayenne should take it because Augie's already very strong, and while Cayenne's pretty strong already, this will make her even stronger.
A strong Cayenne.
Well, I'm saying just one of them should use it because, well, we saw what happens when you use a fucking hammer.
Accident.
Augie uses one. Well,
It's not my hammer, it was her
the
hammer.
problem's going to go away very quickly. I believe in certain cases you're supposed to yell 4 when you do that.
Do we happen to have any healing powders? Because we kind of really need some help.
Well, that's the thing. We don't have any powder, but the other one,
Potions, obviously.
yeah, that one will help.
Do we not think to bring any when we left?
You actually have some.
Yeah, then we get some.
Yeah, they're really hard to make.
They have healing potions, and I can help a little bit.
Idea. I'm gonna consult the book to see if there's any plants in the surrounding area that can be used for medicinal purposes.
If you want Cayenne, you can roll nature as well.
Cat happens.
You remember you have that book I gave you too from the library.
Modify 20.
16.
16. The two nature-oriented people kind of wander off to start looking for things.
Okay.
They come back in a while and they have various herbs and things, and they're actually chatting to each other about the things that they found that can be used to basically patch up wounds.
I'm going to study my great sword.
Yeah, you're sitting there looking at this giant fucking dagger, and Mongo, it catches your curiosity too, because it doesn't look like a dagger you've ever seen.
You said it was like a pearlescent green, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we'll see if there's any writing or anything on it, or any iconography or anything.
Okay.
Investigation, I guess?
Yep.
Yeah, I'll take a look at it as well.
Yeah.
Okay, now we're back on track.
That could be good or bad.
What's that, Tom?
It's not great.
21.
Arcana?
Yeah.
7.
That sounds about right. Oh, you're looking at the dagger, and you're kind of like, you pick it up and you flop it off to one side. You kind of flop it to the other
It's
side.
like sitting on my lap or something like that, yeah.
You do see runes basically carved around the very end of it. You don't pick up. You kind of look at the dagger. And you're like, oh, that's pretty. And you reach out and you go to touch it, and it almost kind of like has a hums in the air. And you move your hand away, and you move your hand a bit closer, and it kind of hums a little bit.
I start playing with it.
Hey!
It doesn't it doesn't make an actual like audible hum. It's just you can feel the vibration, like if there's like a really low bass there.
It's shaky.
What do you mean?
I grab his hand, put it on there.
By
Yeah.
the runes, I guess, presumably.
He has you do that. Now, first you don't feel it, and then you can actually kind of feel the vibration a little bit.
Ooh. So I will try to. Can I use arcane to try to understand the runes myself?
You can certainly try.
I don't know how good this
Kinda.
dagger's really going to be, because I mean, if it's sitting there shaking while I try to use it, I'm not going to like throw your ammo.
What'd you guys find? We found out some herbs.
Pretty dagger.
Yeah, you see the pretty dagger.
22.
22? You want to roll it?
I
in
rolled
there,
a
Tom?
16. I'm sorry. And I got a +6 on my arcana.
Would you like to try to roll again?
And I'm proficient in it.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm proficient as well, and magic's kind of my thing,
Hey, Ann.
and I
Sister,
fuck up every
Do
roll.
you happen to have an herbalism kit?
I do.
Slightly better.
We may be able to make some
Got it
medicine.
all the way up to 15.
Nice.
This book
15?
has a couple of different things in here.
As your sibling kind of takes the, as Nikolai takes the lead there, and starts to understand this, you, kind of put something together in your head. It's kind of like a eureka moment. And you kind of grab a normal dagger and you set it down. You grab this dagger and you pull it away from your brother. And you set it down. And you're like, okay. Normal dagger. You put one hand over it. Nothing happens. This one, something happens. This one's magical.
Right. Yeah, it has magical runes on it. You see, that means this. That means that.
Yes, but when you put those onto the pointy thing here, when you use it, other stuff should happen.
You can heal up to your hit die by using herbalism.
Hey.
So that is one die you can roll to get hit point back.
Sweet. Woohoo.
I mean, it's better than none.
This is true.
What is
Way
my
better
hit
than
die?
mine.
I guess it'd be a D8. Yeah.
Fuck, what am I hitting?
Yeah. That's a 6. Jeez. I need new glasses.
I'm sitting good.
All right.
Somewhat.
Alrighty. So I'll spend some time with the dagger to try to like actually understand the runes, like see if they make any type of sense from the schooling that I had. And
Yeah.
just hold it there and try to study it. Maybe flip it around. Maybe try it in a different light to see if something catches it differently. Just holding on to it, making
Yeah.
sure I'm just going over it as much as I can to try to figure this thing out.
Yeah. Eventually, you do all gather together, as siblings do, and get the cart repacked. You guys decide amongst yourselves, well, we'll just leave the bandits off on the side of the road. Someone's bound to bump into them.
Put a sign on it.
Yeah, I'll
Bandits
put
here.
it side down.
Bandits here.
Bandits were here.
You take all the gear that you can and just throw it in the wagon. You're not too fussed about that because you don't have to pull it.
Ooh, and Augie has a horse you can ride.
And you guys get back on your way, heading down the road. And the people that are basically tiny are just examining this dagger. Scav, Nikolai, and Mungo, you're just kind of looking at this dagger, trying to figure it out.
What?
Check it out, Scav.
Can I
It's pretty cool.
possibly read this language?
No, it's arcane.
I'm not very gifted in the arcane arts, but I'll give it a shot.
Sure.
Fight 20.
Modified 20. Wow. You kind of look at it and you're kind of, you get the smart idea instead of like trying to read around the runes. You get into his pack and you're just like, what the hell are you doing?
Dude, we've talked about this. Boundaries.
And then
No,
he
no.
then he gets some of the ink and he very carefully pours it out into a little bowl. And then he gets the bomb the dagger and he rolls it in there. And then he rolls it on a piece of parchment so the runes are laid out flat.
Oh, I see what you did there.
And I'll open this up. And is it readable now, actually?
Not to you, because you can't read arcane.
I don't know what it says, but perhaps one of you two can.
You can actually roll with advantage because you're getting help with your siblings.
Can I roll again too?
No.
No.
Just
Strictly
hold it
for
up for
manga.
you.
I think I'll just take the one roll.
Is it 20?
Yes.
You look at it and you're
I'm getting a little nervous too, bud.
and he and so you look at it and you're like, and you get really excited and you look over at your siblings and you're like, we should give this to like either Augie or Scav or Cayenne to use.
Why?
So it's a dagger. It doesn't have a specific name to it, but on a 19 to 20, when you stab with it, it will summon a swarm of bees.
Oh, that's pretty funny.
That would be very great for either Cayenne or myself.
Oh, we gotta call it stung.
Sting.
No, that's taken.
Oh,
Hence, stung.
Yeah, and you can reiterate this to them in your own way, but yes.
This is hilarious. I don't know where the fuck they got this, but this is funny in hell. Okay, one of you, no offense, we're really bad at the stabbing thing.
Yeah, as you're walking with the cart, you see Mongo climb up onto the front so he could be in the center of the group and announce to everybody, and he's
Yeah,
talking
his
very
usual spot.
loudly. Yeah.
You've occasionally, under the right circumstances, kind of, it's a little vague. You do the thing, and I'm bad at the fighting thing. We know this.
It's called stabbing and cutting and dicing and,
And slashing.
having the fun
Fighting.
times.
You fucking worry me sometimes, but with this one, bees will help.
Wait, what?
What?
Yeah.
Do you care to elaborate, brother? Because I don't think I heard you correctly.
Bees, you know,
If you hit just right, bees will like
help. They'll sting the motherfucker.
So
That you're stabbing.
it's like a hive or something?
It doesn't tell me where the bees come from. It's that they will then sting him or her or whoever the fuck you're stabbing.
Give it to Cayenne. I've seen her talk to bees before.
That's true. You did Princess a few things to happen with bees.
I may have gotten bees and some hornets and some bugs to move and do stuff.
You didn't even have to spray a bunch of pesticides.
Yeah.
Give it to her. I'm not very good
You
up
get the
close.
bee knife. Augie gets the strength.
I'm fine with that. I want to see how far Augie can punch somebody.
Gotta admit, that would actually be kind of funny.
I just heard a very familiar theme song in my head.
We could recreate the hitty game with the hammer. All she has to do is drink that and then punch someone under the chin. We'll make a game out of it. For a short time, but maybe we can find someone to recreate this potion too in a bigger container.
As nice as it would be for to have that special dagger, I'm not very good up close and personal. I'm better from a distance.
How far did I get to figure out the healing potion?
You didn't get very far. It's very, very complex for you.
Oh yeah, Scav, here's your javelin back.
She's been carrying it this entire time. He puts it on his back and he kind of starts to teeter backwards because it's longer than he is tall. And eventually you just hear him fall into the rest of the wagon.
I'll go ahead and readjust. So, that way
So you hear him try to readjust it, and you go, shit, as he gets stuck between the two walls of the cart.
And
And it's looped through your pack, so you're stuck there. You're just.
The dagger that was stabbed in me.
Yeah.
How big is it compared to Nikolai, and how big is it compared to Marco?
It's bigger than them. It's a medium-sized person dagger.
Oh, okay.
So, as you guys talk amongst yourselves and travel and regale about this weird dagger and its possibilities, I'm pretty sure Cayenne is occasionally taking a stab at the air to see if it does anything.
I would like to consult our map.
I'm not sure if I'm reading this right, but I think if you make the right kind of pun, it does more damage.
You can roll an insight on that.
But yeah, I would like to consult our map and see what are the closest towns to us. I
Do
know
a
we were
nature.
heading towards
That
direction.
That's modified 20.
Oh, he's full of shit.
You tell them to be gone and then hit them right, they will be. That's not full of shit.
I think we were heading towards Winemore?
You can tell them to buzz off too, that might work.
You said nature?
Or survival, sorry. My bad.
It's modified 20.
Yeah. So you're looking at the map and you're seeing what you have of it so far, and you kind of pop your head out of the cart and you're like, "Hey, we're going to Winemore." And as you say that, you look up and everybody just kind of looks at you for a minute and you're like, Augie's like, "Yeah, it's right there. We can see it." And ahead of you, you can see the almost two-story walls around this actual city. And the forest has been pushed back about 100 yards away from the wall. And every about 60 feet, you can see this massive gargoyle sitting at the top of the wall, overlooking this giant void around the actual city.
This is
You can-
terrifying.
You can see some of the actual roofs of the city sloping up at very high points. And those two have like small gargoyles on them, decorating them. And you can see this massive, massive tower in the middle of the city with large planes of glass. And you can see some sort of arcane magic inside of it. What?
These gargoyles?
Shut up. This tower stands like a monolith. And
They have to come alive at night.
and as you get closer, you look up at the wall and you can see the archers and various other guards walking among them. And you see the two massive gates to the city. And it's a multi-layered gate system, and you've never seen anything like this before. And you see the guard essentially standing out front. A few of them are, talking to people, and they're questioning people as they go into the city. And you see people leaving the city. And you can surmise this is the only way into the city, as it's a very wide opening. So eventually, as you do wander up to the gate, you kind of are approached by some of the guards, and they're like, "Stop."
Hello.
And they stop the horses, and they're like, "Just stop." They're like, "Okay. And who the fuck are you lot? And what is your business here? Did your parents decide to send you off to do something, give you a little coin, get a little venture under your belt?"
Told us to find Henrik in the next city over.
Okay,
Where did that go? I got a shopping list.
the guy just looks at you like, a shopping list. So your parents sent you on a shopping.
No,
No.
Parents?
this is Guy. Needed a favor.
We're looking for Winemore. Have we arrived?
The guy looks at you, and the other guard's like, "Hey, stop fucking with the kids."
Oh, by the way, we were attacked by bandits. However, we kind of took care of the problem.
You see this person walking over, and
Yes,
They
that's
have-
a better way to phrase that.
they have two guards flanking them, and they walk over And you can see that this person has their armor is not well taken care of like the other guards. They do have various banners hanging from their armor showing their accomplishments, but their armor has scrapes, dents, pieces missing, old blood stains, fresh blood stains, mud, anything you can think of. They're literally wearing their armor like this is how it's going to be.
Battle scars.
Yeah. And you see, the guy looks over and he's like, oh shit, it's the chief. And you see the chief, and it's an Earth Gensai. And she looks over and she's like, okay, so you're fucking with a bunch of kids. Do you plan on doing anything reckless in the city, burning it down, causing mischief, killing anybody without any reason to?
No, don't plan to.
We're just travelers.
And they stand up at their full height and they cross their arms. They're like, do you plan on making me have a very bad day?
No.
Me and my sister will keep the boys in line. They cause the most trouble.
What are you talking about?
Hush, you. Hush, both of you.
Okay.
Glare at both of them.
They kind of,
called out right now.
they're like, all right. If you proceed to cause any trouble in my city, I'm going to send some of my friends down to wherever the fuck you're staying, and they're going to stick a boot rightly up your fucking asses. Is that clear?
Painful.
Crystal.
Yeah.
And little mouse,
What?
they will find a way to stick a boot up your ass, even if it splits you in two.
What the heck?
In other words, keep your mouth shut and your nose to the ground and hands out of places they should not be in while we're here, Nikolai. Meaning no exploring off on your own, no experiments,
Hands
no
in your
anything. Behave.
The Earth Gensai, she starts to walk off. She's like, one more thing. And she turns around, she's like, utility spells permitted. Anything outside of a utility spell, you will find yourself in the prison for the night.
Utility spell?
Yeah, something that's not going to cause issues. It's relatively easy, but you can go in.
Don't exactly know what that means, actually.
What's a utility spell? I can make
We're
fire.
very new adventurers to this.
Maybe you should not do
I can make fire. Is that a utility spell?
That's making fire that could cause trouble.
Okay.
The person just kind of like, oh, fucking kids.
I apologize for my brother's behavior. He does not understand what is trouble and what is not trouble.
Alright, inside the main gate, you'll find the main strip. That's where generally everything is at. Mind your P's and Q's, don't cause any problems, don't piss off anybody, because it'll get back to me, and you'll be getting a visit from me.
Okay.
So,
Pretty straightforward.
head on in, enjoy your stay in Winemore. And they step aside and all the guards.
Hendrik is?
I don't know who the fuck Hendrik is.
Okay.
So, as you guys head into the city, you can see more of the architecture, the tall slopes of the buildings. They're very old, kind of Scandinavian and medieval in a way. Some of the buildings have more of their unique style to them as they become their own.
Huh.
But you're on the main strip where basically everything is at. You can see that it's as wide as the entryway, and you can see carts are set up along the way. There's people selling things. You can see the various shop entries as well. As you look at the stone on going into the city, it's very well worn, unlike where you're from, or from what you can remember.
Is it very busy?
It's fairly busy, yeah.
fuck spells is he talking about? You can set off every fucking spell in the book. It's not going to cause any problems.
Monty is going to lean over to Mongo and just give him a swift elbow in the shoulder.
What?
Anytime any kind of magic is used with fire that I remember, it's always, and I mean always, cause trouble. And I don't want to put another bend in my brother's tail.
Oh,
Almost
Remove his ears. Or his teeth.
Hey!
Or his whiskers. For almost setting me on fire.
Perhaps we should find
Okay.
some place that we
all
can
the
stay.
other ones she set up.
Yeah.
I can fucking do anything.
I will go ahead and, while they're chatting, get on the top of the wagon and look around and see what we can find from this area of the entrance.
yeah. You're casually just walking in down the main way, stopping occasionally as people go past. You can see guards posted around. Go ahead and do an
I
investigation.
just know how to step on things. And
You very
bleed
good.
All right.
to things.
Oh,
You're
yeah.
very, very
That's
good.
a...
And I think you're not doing it
No, that's a 7.
into the others.
You're in sensory overload right now. You're like all these new places that you've never seen, all these new people, and you're like, oh my god.
New sights, new scents. What is happening?
So what's on your list, brother?
Do I see a livery stable nearby to put the horses and cart away?
Do an investigation.
Do I see a possible, like, tavern or something?
That was a 9.
A 9. Wow, you guys are just. Do I see anything? Oh my god, I'm overwhelmed. This is like taking your kid to Las Vegas for the first time.
Ooh,
Look at this, like,
but
just
then
gotta
there's
pound
running
corner,
and
you can't do
screaming.
nothing.
There's running,
Every time,
screaming.
Every
No,
time
that's a
we-
T-Rex.
This
everything
is
on-
a perfect role for someone who does portable in large social settings.
Yeah. Augie, would you like to do a roll? See if you get higher than a 9?
I did not. Got a 7. I was about to do the same thing.
Jeez.
All right.
For
As you guys,
a bar and a livery stable.
stop in the middle of the road, people are going around you. One guy's like, "The fuck."
Sorry, we're new here. We don't know where anything is.
Guess I could try looking around.
You can certainly try. I don't know if you're gonna get higher than a 9.
Investigation?
Yeah.
A little bit. 18?
18. As you climb on top of Augie's head.
Yeah, I was gonna say if he doesn't get us get the best perspective climb on top of Augie's head.
Yeah, you're used to Nikolai climbing on your head, but now you have a full-sized cat climbing on your head.
I'm not that heavy. I'm only like 35 pounds.
Oh. We lost it for a second.
Yep. It's okay. Before we actually get to the investigation roll and where it leads to, so you guys were looking for a stable and a place to basically set up camp. Well, not set up camp literally, but set up, get beds. So you guys kind of peer around a little bit, and you do see off to the left of you, there's a double wide pathway with lanterns that are hanging from crooks, and you see it lead off it for a while, and not those crooks,
No,
dumbass.
something else that's far dumber.
And you actually see it open up to like a green pasture type area. And as you head down that way, you do see the actual place where you would deposit your horses and carts and other things, essentially. And it's basically this giant barn, and then you see a smaller building off to the side, and you can see gated areas where various horses are just hanging out.
I'll go find the stable master to have the horses and cart put away.
All right. You head over to the actual barn area, and you head inside. All of you do. And you see various carts there lined up. A few of them are being repaired. A few of them are being modified. And it's just like, you've never seen this many carts in a place before, and this many different things in a place before. And you see the sign here there that says Knave Stable.
Knave stable?
Knave.
Knave.
And you see a few different travelers coming and going. Each of them has, the ones leaving are checking over some paperwork and some scroll work that they were given for their deposits, essentially, for their horses and their for their carts. And as you wander in, you see this table, and you see various people standing around it, and a few of them leave, and eventually it clears out open for you, and you see a gnome with giant goggles sitting on her head, and oil across her face, and some hay sticking out of her clothes, and she has a leather apron on, and she's looking at some paperwork, and she looks up, she's like, Axe! Oh, fuck, it's a bunch of kids. She's like,
Hello.
she's like, she looks around, she leans over the table. Hi. Okay.
Hello?
We were wondering if we could deposit the horses in our cart here for the night, maybe a couple of nights.
They look at you a lot, and they're like, she kind of rubs off some of the grease, and you can see a little bit of freckles underneath the grease. She's like, alright, can do that. She kind of just goes and starts rummaging through her paperwork. Will be 2 gold pieces, 1 for each night.
Oh, go ahead and hand over some gold pieces.
From what pack?
Oh shit, that's right. We have different types of gold pieces. I'll go ahead and pull up. Which currency do you currently accept?
She's like, okay. She looks at the 2 different coins. She hands the one that's from your homeland back. She's like, yeah, don't need that much money here.
Yeah. Wait, what do you mean?
She holds up the 2 gold pieces that you gave her. She's like, that is worth 10 of these. I would.
I guess I'll make sure
That's good that we
that
only have like 1 or 2 of them.
And
That
I'll
way it's
put
not
that
too much of a
back.
problem.
I'll put this back inside into the little the pouch that I guess the tail pouch, and make sure it's nice and secure.
She's like, make sure you're. Since you guys seem relatively new around here, I will give you a few pointers. Keep your coin close to your person because there are rogues about that will like to steal it, and you will have no more coin.
Very good.
Rogues?
Very, very good.
Yes, those with shady hands that tend to steal things.
Not a fucking word.
What?
You wouldn't happen to be one of those shady
No.
lot.
No.
Okay, so this is how it works. I will fill out your paperwork. I will collect your cart and your horses. I will put them in the stables. Would you like to give them a spa treatment as well?
Sure.
Our things will they be safe?
Of course. Do I look like some bandit to you?
No. It's just we ran into a bit of bandits earlier today.
Well, did
That's
you
why I give horses spot treatment.
did you put the bandits 6 feet under the ground?
No, I just left them there.
No,
I'm on the side of the road.
no, but
Well, that's charcoal.
but the loss wasn't much of a problem.
Okay, so
Perhaps we shouldn't go into detail.
So you deal with big problem and you make very dead problem. Okay, I don't care about the details, but we'll
Should we
take
have
care.
put them under the ground?
Can we? I have 15 silver for the spa treatment.
For each horse?
I would have specified for
It's
each.
total.
Oh, okay.
No.
You got all the money.
Alright. I'll go ahead and hand over how much will one of our silver pieces be worth?
No.
She takes the silver piece and she hands you back the gold pieces, and she's like, "This would be enough. Don't worry, I take care of them."
I just handed over 1 silver piece, so. Apparently our gold pieces are worth a lot, guys. No,
So she-
I'm whispering to you.
She's like, "I'm not hard of hearing. I can hear you guys bickering like the children you are. Let me finish the paperwork." And she goes back to scribbling.
Did you fucking hear what she said?
That's why I only gave a single silver piece instead of 2 pieces.
We don't want to advertise that we have money that is worth
I'm
more than
aware of
theirs.
this. This is why I'm being somewhat
That's why you
discreet.
use the other coins.
You were being
Okay.
discreet
How
right
about
now.
you guys just, shut it?
Okay, children, now that you're done bickering over my table, I will let you inform you this information that is very important to your stupid little lives. There are plenty of people that travel through here with coin that are worth more.
Oh.
Simply don't advertise that you have coin that is worth more and things will be fine.
Understood.
Hey, is there a place we can go to exchange it?
Generally, yes, there is a place you can go exchange said coin.
Is there a tavern or a place that we can stay for the night?
The Jitterbed.
I'm sorry, come again?
The Jitterbed. It's down a bit of the way. You'll see like a sign.
Jitterbeg? Or
Jitter-
Jitterbed?
Jitterbed.
Jitterbed. Okay.
You'll see a sign hanging there, like a sign do. You go in. Very simple.
Pull out my handy dandy little notebook and write this down.
She claps her hands, and you see like this thing that's on like two wheels come rolling out, and it just kind of wobbles back and forth very haphazardly. And it goes over, and it.
I go after it.
You see Nikolai starting to walk after it.
What is this?
I will use a foot and bring Nikolai just back over here.
What? Did you see? That's cool.
Yeah, it's probably about a good 4 feet tall.
You can look at it later.
Put him in your pocket.
And it goes over and it takes the reins to the horses and just guides the horses off. And it stops by you and it's like, and you just hear it, collect your things. The simple thing means collect what you will keep on your person while you're here and not be stored away.
Oh. We can't get our stuff back until we leave?
It's going to be stored. Does this look like an open lot to you?
They're gonna keep it safe for us until we come back for it later.
Without hesitating, Cayenne is grabbing her valuable books and her potions and any herbs to take with her.
I'll grab my gear.
Okay.
I'll grab my little tiny backpack.
I will grab my backpack. I'll also make sure to have my little where's it at? Little tinkerer's tools with me.
Yeah.
And I'll have my notebook and map too.
I really don't have anything more than I can fit in my backpack.
Just in case, I'll make sure that I have my little wrist shot with a little bag of ball bearings.
All right. You gather your things that you mentioned, and you probably have down on your actual character sheet, and you head back to the main row and start heading down it, and just kind of start wandering down looking for the Jitterbed. And you just hear people passing back and forth, conversing a little bit.
Before we go, miss, do you know the name of somebody named Henrik?
She looks baffled.
So, no?
No.
Okay.
But as you head down the main way, you see you can do investigations. You will have advantage on this because you're all looking at things and looking out for each other's things.
He's leaving everything except her hammer, her shield, and what she's wearing right now.
Seems about right for Augie.
7.
Yep.
With advantage?
Oh, with advantage.
I was like, how the fuck did you...
21.
Yes, 7 with advantage.
Wait, what?
Good lord, man.
I'll give you a guess what 2 fucking numbers I rolled.
Alright.
25.
25? What'd you get, Augie?
I'm sorry, come again.
Investigation with advantage there?
Thank you.
You can't roll worse than Tom.
No, it's impossible to roll worse than Tom, but let's see what happens.
Tom needs a shirt. This is how I roll terribly.
So that's a natural 20, by the way.
Nice.
There's lots of shiny things around.
Yeah. So as you're heading down the way, you see a place called Polt's Imperium.
Polt's Imperium?
Polt. P-O-L-T.
Okay.
You see what looks like a bookstore of some sort, and you see people coming and going from there. You see off down one way, off to your right, it goes through into like another area, and you can see briefly Augie. You spot this one because it catches your eye instantly. You see the shape of an anvil, and you see Crumb's anvil.
Chrome's anvil?
Krum. Krum.
K-R-U-M.
And then you see smack dab in like the middle a place that's called Audro's General Supply and Goods in Happy Adventuring. And then the closer you get to the center of the actual town, you see the Huntsman Guild. And then you see the grinding gear gets oiled.
I will relay this information to my compatriots.
The grinding.
And then I'm going to look at the two troublemakers.
You're going to need to be a little bit more specific.
You two. Nah, the scaly one and the tiny one. You two, stay out of that shop in particular.
Which one?
Don't tell them.
Pointing at the grinding gear gets oiled.
Right.
As you
expect me to not go in there.
So as you say that, he looks up and you see this building. And it looks like there is a giant gear on the top going around, and you can see on each tooth of the gear is a window. And you can see that this gear is just going around on the top of this building. It comes down onto a stalk, and you see double doors.
Sister,
How do you expect me to not go there?
Sister, I will stay out of that building when you stay out of water.
Excuse you?
You are excused.
Water is my life, and I understand tinkering is yours. But we need to figure out where we are and how not to get into trouble before you make trouble for us.
I absolutely agree. Matter of fact, sorry, go ahead. Oh, sorry.
Your bell? Do an investigation.
But I absolutely agree, sister. And matter of fact, the kind gnome did say that there's a place called the Jitterbed Tavern that we can go to.
19?
19? Your bell's not doing anything.
I didn't think so.
So maybe we should go to the tavern first.
Perhaps that would be the wisest idea. I have no idea where it is, though. Perhaps there might be a little map somewhere around here.
You could just ask somebody. Hey, you.
Augie, as your dear sibling does this, you kind of look over your shoulder and you're like, it's right there.
Oh, okay.
You're still on the main road and you've seen all these locations. You're like, it's right there.
Yeah. Yeah. Point it out.
Okay.
Well, let's make our way inside, I guess. After
So
you, sister.
you head over to the Jitterbed, and you can see that where there's would be like a shop and another shop. You see this one takes up two actual locations. It's expanded into basically two shops. And you see that there are double doors there, and there's just people coming and going constantly from this place, and you can hear loud music coming from there.
Well, this place looks like fun.
And as you head inside, you see, so as you head inside there, the floor is just immaculate, despite, all the bustle. You see various tables sprawled out, and you see almost every table is taken up by people from all different races, adventurers, travelers, all sorts of things. And you see this massive stage on the side, and you see two people on the stage, and one of them, and you hear him like, oh my god, it's a bard off. And you see one bard do a riff on an instrument, and the other bard matches it, and it's, for a better example, it's like when Scott Pilgrim was doing the bass off.
Love it.
And you can actually see the music notes formulating in the air as they go back and forth, almost like creating ethereal forms to battle it out.
That's cool.
Well, that's crazy.
Mongo's just staying.
I don't know about that.
That is pretty cool, not gonna lie.
And you just see, like, waitresses coming and going. You see them going into the other building and coming back out. And you can see the central, like, bar area, and you can see a high elf there. Yeah.
Stage.
You'd go to the stage instantly?
Just as somebody, like, kind of walks by and they get in my way, you almost see Mongo just kind of get irritated and, like, move to get a better look. So, yeah, he's slowly kind of making his way
Yeah, you see your little brother just weaving in and out, trying not to get stepped on.
While he does that, I'm gonna make my
Scott,
way over.
grab him.
You already see me walking off towards the basically like the bar section, but essentially where like the tavern keeper would be.
Yeah.
I'm gonna scurry while I go to the front of the station.
you scurry up on your brother.
No, I can move between people.
Yeah.
Without...
You get so Augie and Cayenne, you guys kind of look at each other as your siblings just scatter into the crowd.
Of course they would.
But I will walk over to the tavern
To be
keeper.
fair, he's not scattering. He's just awestruck.
Hello.
So the high elf, she looks at you and she's like, "Gem Kobold, that's unique."
I've been told as such before. I'm actually looking for a possible room to stay for 5.
Well, you've obviously come to the right location. What kind of room are you looking for? A fancy one, a basic one, a room out back that's just basically a lean-to?
Something that they can easily fit 5 people. It doesn't need to be fancy.
So you want one room for 5 people?
We are, in a sense, siblings, yes.
Okay. She's like, all right. She's like, "Hey, Book, get your ass over here." And the Book gets up on the counter and just trots over to her.
The hell is
She's like, "Open. There you go. Okay, rooms available." And it just starts flipping the pages on its own. And she's like, "Ah." She just brushes her silver hair behind her ear and she's looking at it and she's like, "Yeah, we got one of the suites open.
How much is the stay?
100 gold for the weekend." She's like, "Hey, it includes room service. And if you really want it, an additional 10 silver, it includes the show."
Is there a cheaper room?
Alright, Book, cheap. This is too much for this little child. And it kind of shrugs a little bit and just like, it starts going to the pages a little bit bored, and it's like, "Alright, I have 2 rooms that are joined together, and that would be 50 silver."
Okay.
Just pay the lady.
Alright, I will go ahead and pay the amount of the silver that it's possible that I have.
She takes the coin and she drops it in the actual book, and the book grabs it and just absorbs it and produces 2 keys. And she hands them to you.
That was almost all.
I'm just gonna grab one of those copies and safe keep it around my neck.
Okay.
Because I know it would get lost otherwise.
How many silver coins do we find from this region?
Enough.
We had exactly 50.
10 silver from this region.
Okay. How much does our silver? How much?
Same conversion as the gold.
Okay. So how much silver did we spend from our region in order to pay for this room?
Hey, why don't you do the math, buddy?
50 silver.
Yeah, I know, but apparently our coins are worth a lot more here.
She said
One
10
of our
times.
silver is worth 10 of
one.
theirs.
Oh.
So it would take 5 of our silver.
5 silver, so that's all of our silver.
So, as your guys are watching the stage, you see them doing these various, like, whimsical things. And one of them's like, all right, I got one for you. And he starts playing a tune, and you kind of see the air starting to swirl a little bit, and you kind of see it like almost like create like a portal. And you see like this like skeletal hand come out and grab the portal, and then you just see like this monstrous like skeletal zombie like dragonborn starting to crawl out of the portal. And you see the other bards start playing, and you see a portal of light form, and you see like a knight starting to come out of it, and you see the 2 ethereal entities coming out of the portals fighting on the stage. And as they clash back and forth, it almost sounds like music playing.
Cool.
So it's the other battle from Scott Pilgrim.
I'll make my way back over to Cayenne and Augie.
She's standing right there with you.
Oh, I thought they were like.
No.
Okay.
No, we did not move.
We tracked you down into the crowd.
Okay, well.
Yeah.
We now have rooms. hand the key to you.
I already grabbed one.
Yeah, she already has a key.
It's already around my neck.
Well, all right then.
On the ball as usual, buddy.
Yeah. So, yeah. So eventually the show on the stage is done between the two bards, and one bard collects the hat of all the coin and deposits it in his pack. And they shake hands and go their separate ways in the crowd.
Go ahead and give a round of applause, because that was really impressive.
Oh, yeah.
I have a question. How exactly am I holding on to the money that I do have?
You're not. They have it. You just
Okay.
are aware of how much you have.
May have 1 or 2 coins in my pockets.
Probably and coin, because you're that big.
Yeah.
You're tiny.
Tiny.
Minute.
You probably have a few silver pieces.
Yeah, I'll go put a silver piece in the hat.
Okay.
That was cool, guys.
Deduct that from your coin.
Was that one of our silver or silver from here?
It would have been our silver because that's the only silver I gotten.
Oh, that bard's gonna be happy later.
Oh God! And now they know we have money.
No, they just saw something go into the hat.
That is true.
They don't necessarily know that it came from him.
So, what are you guys gonna do? The evening is still relatively young here. It's probably about 6 o'clock at night.
Oh, did you see that? That was fucking fantastic.
It was cool.
It was pretty interesting.
I was
I
right
lost
around
my
the
way.
stage.
But also, don't go running off. We don't know who these people are. We don't know what we're getting ourselves into yet.
We really, I agree with Augie. We must be very careful.
Earlier.
We are in a very different new city. We don't know what's going on. We don't know anything.
Well, they were
We need to be a
performers.
little more careful.
Still, we need to be very careful. We are strangers in a strange land.
It was, but let's be a little more careful.
I agree. Perhaps we should go to our room. Well, rooms, technically.
Adjoined rooms.
Essentially, it's just one giant room with a door in the middle.
Why didn't we just get one room?
It was gonna be 100 gold.
Well, how much did this cost?
It cost 50 silver. 5 of our silver pieces.
Wow. What does this room come with? Or that room came. What did that room come with? The 100 gold one.
The 100 gold one would have came with a lot of extra little benefits and such, but we could not afford it right now.
That's cool.
It would have taken almost all of our gold. So, would prefer to at least have some spending money. I still have some of the golds from the jobs that I've done. Granted, I don't exactly remember what most of them were.
So you guys are heading up to the room.
Yeah.
I guess.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
It's fucking amazing. Nobody gives a shit.
I know. That was
I
crazy.
agree,
That was
it was
awesome.
actually really good, but right now, we are strangers in a strange land. We must be very careful.
You
What
guys.
are people gonna do? We're in a bar.
Common sense
So-
from our little one.
As you guys are waking, you look at the actual key to the room, and when you guys went inside the actual tavern, it was only like 2 stories tall, but the key is saying 5th floor. And you're walking up the stairs, and you're just like,
So it's smaller on the outside?
yeah. And as you get to the 5th floor, you look at the key. You look at you're on the 5th floor. You look at the hallway, and you're like, wait, what?
Does this place, is it painted blue and look like a telephone box?
No.
Okay. Much bigger on the inside. Okay.
So it just plain shifts you to the floor you need.
This is interesting. Is it me or are we walking up a lot of stairs? Because it definitely
We're
did not
small.
seem like there was
a lot
this
of
much.
stairs kind of only counts as like 2.
But eventually you do make your way to the double doors for your room, and you head in, and they're very, actually, relatively nice rooms.
Are there windows?
Mm-hmm.
Or what? Look at the window.
Yeah, you look at the window, and it's confusing to you because it's like, you look at the fact that you're like on the 5th floor, according to the actual thing, but you're looking out the 2nd story floor.
My head
No,
hurts.
I'm curious.
Mind breaking.
The window open?
You can't open the window.
Like I
Like,
said,
it
Mongo.
doesn't have an open. It's just a window.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like I said, Mongo, this arcane mumbo jumbo is beyond me.
I hate that I'm saying this, but I actually agree with Scav.
Are you feeling okay?
Actually agreeing with Scav? Yeah. It's like, are you okay?
Okay, I've got to ask. When you said that, did it leave like a weird taste in your mouth? Because you usually like never do that.
What are you up to?
Did I see any places of interest with my investigation earlier?
Not really. The biggest place that would probably interest you is actually the stables area.
Yeah, I'll try to arcana it. Can't promise it's gonna fucking work.
What, the window?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, me too. For sure. It was like I want to go through the window and see what happens.
Wow, that's higher than I expected. 17.
Mm-hmm. As you look at the window and you kind of shove Nikolai aside a little bit.
Hey, look at.
You kind of see, like, it's not on the surface of the glass, it's actually in the glass. You can see the runes. Like, you can't even access them. And you're just like, huh. Never seen that before.
What?
That's a new one. Never would have thought to do that. That is the window on the second floor.
No, we're on the 5th floor.
Yeah.
No, it's the window on the 5th floor. We're on the 5th floor.
No, look out the
We're
window.
on the 2nd floor. Wait, what's going on?
Look, it's complicated and a lot of magic is involved.
Kyan's gonna just walk back out.
You walk in the other room and close the door.
Yes. And start reading her druidic book.
Yeah. You guys gonna go explore
You
at
see
all?
anything how this works?
It's a lot of very complicated magic is involved. So they can kind of stack a lot of... I have no idea how many stories are actually in this building, but it's fucking fantastic.
Mongo's ears are bleeding as he's trying to process
If there's
this.
anything to go off of, that book, the supposed magical book that opened up that had the keys and stuff, had a lot of rooms and a lot
that
of
happens.
floors. So, I don't know.
Oh no, you have no idea what he's talking about. The innkeeper's book?
Yeah, but at the other place, I saw books move around and do a bunch of shit.
Oh, that's true, yeah.
So what did this book do?
Well, this book showed a lot of different rooms, a lot of different places and keys and such. And, I wouldn't be surprised if there's, like, 10 stories to this place.
I go out the room, look at the stairs. Do they keep going up?
You go up the stairs, and there's like a barrier there. You're poking at it, and you can see it just ripple ever so slightly with magical essence. You're just like, I can't go any higher.
That's weird.
There's probably a thing that we can get to our spot, but that's about it.
That's interesting.
Perhaps these keys only allow us to get to our floor and to our...
Like, kind of what I just said.
Elevator.
Well, you just said there might be a barrier there. I just said
No,
there might be a key.
As you're sitting in your
There's
room,
the barrier right there.
you're in your room reading the book. And the bed is actually very, very cozy to flop on.
I started to go up the stairs and I hit my head.
It's like laying on a bunch of freshly, prune leaves, essentially. Really comfy.
About what time of the day is it now, looking out the window?
I just went over this.
I know, but I figured maybe some time passed as we're talking to each other.
No, you guys are literally running around like children. No, it's late afternoon. A lot of places are still open still.
Perhaps we should take a small look around. It might not hurt, but still, it would be very wise to stay together and not split up.
That's not fair, because there's one place I want to go. Nobody else wants to go there.
No, I do want to go there too. But it might not be a good idea to go right now.
Augie,
Why not?
those two are not allowed to go in there unsupervised.
Why?
I'm well aware.
Okay.
Thank you.
Why?
You know damn well why. What happens every time?
I earn us coin.
Maybe when you go hunting. But when you go into a place with all the gizmos, something winds up broken.
Not once have I ever broken anything. Keep in mind, it's always Nikolai that breaks stuff.
I haven't broken
Usually
anybody
I'm the
in
one
any
that
place's stuff.
Either of you are a terrible idea in any kind of.
Are you just gonna stay in the room and read?
She's basically reading just about any possible natures you may have seen on the way here.
Okay. Eventually, you do get back outside, and you can do another investigation.
Sure.
Those that went along.
Sure.
You can do a nature on your book.
That's not great.
No, I'll just stay in the room. Apparently, I can't go anywhere, so find a corner, get comfortable, and just
No,
read.
You can go anywhere you like, as
One?
long as I'm with you.
12.
12.
Stay here.
You and Scav wander outside, and you stumble over, and you just kind of bumble a bit, and you see the familiar object that you want to keep track of goes rolling into the crowd as the bell rolls away from you. You're like, no. Roll a dex there, buddy.
There it goes.
16.
It rolls, and just as it's about to go out of range, you just grab it, and you just drag it back. You're like, nope, nope, nope.
Tuck that back in.
Bad magic bell. Bad.
Bad. It's not a goat bell. It doesn't go ba.
Yeah, it's not that bad.
Terrible.
Oh, we're gonna keep the dumb jokes going all night.
I'm sorry, I take it back.
19. You cross-reference what you had seen on the way here, along with the book. There really wasn't anything out of the ordinary, but you do kind of realize that more or less that the spotted dogs are probably extinct because you didn't see any signs of their nature according to the book. Scav, as you're saying next to Mongo, you do see one of those pointy-hatted people walk into a shop that Mongo's always on about.
Brother, I just saw one of the pointy hats. The what are they called? Wizards. I saw a wizard go into a shop over there. That one in particular.
Yeah, you look over and it was Pulse Imperium that they walked into.
Can you want something to drink or something? I'll go get something to eat.
I'm just gonna keep reading in the room.
Want a drink or anything?
No.
Okay, I leave.
Okay.
Not going to
I
get something
will
to drink.
escort the mouse and shove him in a pocket.
No, I heard he said I'm staying here.
No, you start walking.
You guys left.
Yeah. So, yeah. Where are you guys going?
Well, I motioned to Mongo about I don't know why I'm still doing the voice. I motioned to Mongo that
That's fine.
hey, wizard. So I would assume we're probably gonna go there unless you have other plans.
Because I know his current opinion about them, and I know what I want to do.
Come on. We ain't got all night, buddy.
I know. All right. Okay, fine. Let's go try to talk to one of them.
Couldn't hurt. Maybe they could teach you something.
And you're following them to make sure they stay out of trouble, yeah? Augie? Okay.
Yes.
Maybe
So-
afterwards we
Sorry,
could...
the nodding takes a second to come across. I apologize.
It's okay. So you guys head across the way, watching out for people, and you get to the Imperium, and you're just like, wait. You just smell like, the familiar things that you're like, oh god, it's another one of those. And you go inside, and the bell goes off on the door, and it kind of startles you for a moment. And you see, the first thing that catches your interest is there's this chandelier that's the entire length of the shop with all these bobbins and trinkets hanging from it. And you're just like, okay.
All right, that's kind of nifty.
And then you see shelves, like all these shelves, and some shelves in front of other shelves with all these bobbins and trinkets in them. And you see all these books stacked up in all these different places. And you see the pointy hat, he's kind of gone around, he's kind of like shuffling through the shelves and stuff. And you see another pointy hat sitting right in the middle of the store. And these little eyes just peeking out from underneath the actual giant brim of the hat. And this hat is just all sorts of wavy with all these bobbins and like a little stick holding up one side of it. And you can see these really fancy robes.
This is really interesting.
Huh?
This is really interesting. There's a lot of shinies. A lot of pointy hats, wizards.
You look around, Mongo, and you only see 2 wizards.
Hey, this is the most I've ever seen.
Yeah, Mongo's still not convinced wizards exist.
So you're just gonna go up to the main table and just be like, "Tell me your secrets." Come on, homeboy.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll go up to the one running the shop.
So the one kind of looks up at you and pushes her hat back, and you can see it's a goblin, and she's like, "I'm Pult, and you are."
Melting Onion Stencil Oasis.
Oh, you're a Tabaxi.
Clearly.
He's a very tiny tabaxi. But he is a tabaxi nonetheless.
You shush. Sorry. New to town.
And she snaps her fingers, and you're suddenly just vibrant green. She's like, "You're also green."
How did you do that?
Very simple spell. Cantrip.
How much for the cantrip?
Well, a bob and a coin, a joke, you know. And she just kind of, she takes out, she rummages around in her pocket, and she takes out this thing. It looks like a stack of, like, notes. There's some coffee stains on it, like, edges worn and stuff, and she starts going through it. She sets it down, and the book gets up and just walks back, jumps off, and goes back in her pocket. Mongo's just like, what is even going on?
What is this witchcraft?
A joke, you say?
Hmm.
I like them.
She just narrows her glare at you.
Okay. What do wizards use to help get the runes right?
She scratches her head a little bit. Curriculum.
A spell checker.
And she just kind of goes, heh, I like that.
I like this.
What exactly is this wizard? Human,
She's
elven,
Goblin.
Dude, pay attention.
Sorry, I missed that.
Wow, body.
Okay.
She's like, what did the peg leg say to the other leg?
Knock knock.
Don't get stiff.
Terrible.
I can see Audrey's just like, oh my god. I should have gone with this.
Hey, Augie, do an intelligence check. Or a wisdom check.
Did you hear about the
Like
scarecrow who
where
got a
this is
promotion?
I have
He was
no idea where
outstanding
this
in
is
his
going, and I
fields.
already don't like where this is going.
The other wizard walks over and is like,
16.
16. You realize you left the mouse unsupervised.
No, I was
I
with
thought I
Cayenne.
was following the mouse.
No, you ended up following Mongo and Scav.
Nikolai threw a temper tantrum and stayed at the tavern. Remember?
So the other wizard walks over and says, and they just kind of start talking. They're talking in arcane. You're picking up words here and there, and you're like, what the fuck?
I don't know what's going on. Do you understand
There's
what
a
they're saying?
definite confused look on his face as he's trying to follow the conversation.
And this tall wizard guy, he just kind of looks over at you, and he's like,
I have my own pointy hat on too.
yeah. He lifts your hat up, and he looks underneath it at you, and he's like, fancy? Do you fancy the arts, or do you fancy the hat? Or do you fancy the garb that goes with the hat? Or do you fancy all of the above?
Well, all of it.
He drops the
I
hat
look
back on.
damn good in the hat.
As you
I'm
look
not
up,
gonna
the
lie.
hat falls right on your face, and then you just feel yourself being raised up. Oh, I can't be bothered to pick you up. I might hurt my hand. Or my other hand. And you see you're like on this platform, this like translucent platform.
Huh.
Okay, that's a bit more than what I can do. I try to like lift something up that I have with mage paws. Like, okay, you can clearly do this better than I can.
Do you fancy the arcane arts? How old are you? Are you old enough to... Well, you're not old enough to see over, so you're probably fairly young. I would guess you like the arcane arts.
Well, I've learned a little bit, and I've seen others from where I'm from do a lot more, but none of them fucking know how to do any of it. They just sort of do it, and it's really fucking frustrating. Because I'm trying to figure out how to do more of it.
He looks over, he's like, Madam, may I? And she's like, And he just kind of, he does a bunch of rune things, and you see like this portal open to a completely different location. He walks through it. You hear rummaging on the other side clearly, and you can look through the portal, and you're like,
Fucking knew there was more to this shit. Fucking knew it.
and he comes back, and he has like a scroll, and it's got like gold lining to it, and you see it's just, the wax is still fresh on it, because he just stamped it. And you're just kind of like, okay. And he looks at you a little bit, he's like, take this, go to Willowfall. They will grant you admission to the arcane school there. And you can learn to be a proper wizard, instead of some charlatan walking into random magic shops.
There's a fucking school for this.
The goblin, the Pulch, she's like, there's many. Everywhere.
Yeah, not quite everywhere. They're sadly missing in one of spots.
I kind of graduated at the top of the bottom of my class.
What?
So, you made it through?
It's better than I've done. I haven't even gone to class yet.
Augie, what'd you get on your roll there?
That was 16.
Yeah, you realize you left the mouse unattended.
Hey, sister. Perhaps after this we could go to that little, what was it called? The Anvil place? Maybe?
No, we have to make another stop.
Oh, where do we need to go?
What was the name of it?
We have to go to
Willowfall.
the gear. Because I just realized Diana's going to be too deep into her book. And we left
Nikolai.
with her.
Oh no. Yeah.
Walk out of the tavern.
We
She
should
was telling me I
probably
can't
go
do
there.
shit. I'm gonna go to this place.
I want you to roll a survival, because you are good at tracking Nikolai. Yeah, so you
Is
have...
this a building?
Modify 20?
Another city? District?
No,
It's
I
another
told you
city
about it on the
child.
way here. It's the gear that keeps grinding. No. The grinding gear gets oil. That's the one.
Grinding gears get oiled. I rolled a modified 20.
Okay.
What direction?
He kind of turns around, but he makes a
Point off
home.
in the general direction.
Turns around
Right,
another
so-
direction. It's around. And he just walks out the store. And the portal closes, and you just kind of land on the top of the counter.
Well, was interesting. Perhaps we should probably go to the other place though, because Sister has a good point. Knowing Nikolai, he will be going to that place, the gear place. The gear
Cayenne's
gets
watching
spoiled.
him.
You really think Cayenne's gonna watch him? You know how she gets when she reads her books.
She's probably sitting on him.
Not likely.
Tell me I'm fucking wrong.
So,
Try to convince him. Please convince him.
so as you now have this scroll that grants you admission, and I'm sure Mongo's head is just.
There's no full sentences going on.
The poet looks at you. Well, you can't cast anything till you get a book, but you can't get a book because the book gets you.
What?
She reaches in her pocket and she takes out that stack of like notes that are just bound together, and she's like, "Mine."
Well, yes, it's yours. I'm not going to try to take it, of course.
She sets it down and she looks over at you. She's like, "Try it."
Try to pick up a page.
And you just, as you start to pick up a page, you see thin entrails of drool and razor-sharp teeth forming as it.
I think not. Let me get this straight.
Do all
Every
of them do
time-
that when somebody else tries to?
They have different mythologies.
Every time anyone tries to grab your stack of papers that's a book, it won't let anybody else touch it.
The last person that stole my book, they're currently still stitching them back together. It's been 3 years.
So, what you mean is you don't pick a book picks you.
What she literally just said.
I'm trying to understand this. I don't know the arcane parts like you do. But that being said, that is really interesting and very weird.
Actually, it's quite normal.
For you, maybe. I'll let you do your magical mumbo jumbo. I'll keep to my harpoon.
Rat catching.
Polt kind of laughs, but rats are delicious.
Agreed.
I just kind of tug on Augie's leg.
You're on the counter.
Oh. Okay, then on her shoulder. Nikolai's never coming in here.
I'd rather
All these places Nikolai's just getting
go
pre-banned from.
anywhere without supervision.
What the heck?
She just said rats were delicious. I don't want her getting confused. It was
would
a
be
brother,
I wish I
not
was there.
brunch.
So as you guys head out of Polt's Emporium,
Thank you.
the bell dings and you see the sign flip around, now closed.
Yeah, that new scroll is right next to the other one that I have. And
And you kind of look around a little bit, and Augie, and Scav, you pointed out you see the familiar crooked tail wandering through the crowd that's quite a bit closer towards the gear place.
Follow me. And
What the-
moving along.
He's like the same height.
I'm really good at tracking you. Really damn good.
He's got an expertise in tracking you.
I actually really good at tracking rodents in general.
Oh!
I wasn't hiding. I was literally just walking between people's legs to get there.
So as you're walking along, Nikolai, you're like right about to get to the door to this place, and you feel the familiar hands of Scav just picking you up.
Where do you think you're going?
I was going to go to the shop.
And then you hear Augie's heavy footsteps, and then you hear Mongo.
I turn around, face the Augie and Mongo. There you go.
I seem to recall as she reaches out, picks up the mouse from Scav's hands, and shoves him into a pocket. I seem to recall you saying that you were just going to stay in the room.
I was bored.
It's kind of muffled coming from your pocket, and you kind of
Shoves him harder into the pocket.
as you're in the pocket, you feel something really slimy, and you realize that she forgot about part of a sandwich that was in here, and now you're being squished into the sandwich that's left in there.
That's nasty.
No.
A sandwich that's gone very off.
Oh, DM, that's just raw. That's wrong. Why?
Perhaps it'll be okay to go in and look, but you should have gone with us.
Nobody wanted to go.
And you could have gone.
That's why I went.
I just realized I'm yelling at Augie's pocket.
Uh-huh.
A few people are walking
And
past,
it's really
just looking like, what?
Let me go.
No.
Talk on Augie. Maybe while we're here, we should look at that helmet.
Well, my
For
helmet.
him. No, not
I like my
yours.
helmet.
One for him.
Are you doing anything else in your room? Eventually going to wander
Not for
downstairs?
She's basically doing the whole Belle from Beauty and the Beast thing at this point, making her way down the stairs while reading a book.
Your safety blanket.
She's basically being a huge bookworm and zoning out to everything.
She's a big ass centaur walking along.
She's not that big, though.
5'2".
Oh, that is true.
Yeah,
You're
she's...
one of the tiny ones.
Yeah. And most places
Wow.
are accommodating for
Whew.
large sizes like that.
I was a really salty one. Good lord.
You eventually
Salty
make
surprise?
your... Yeah.
Wow.
You eventually do make your way downstairs, and it's quieting down. There's a bard performing, and there's people eating dinner, more or less.
Find a quiet booth or table large enough to just sit down and read.
Yeah. There's actually, as you make your way into like the restaurant type area where all the people are eating, you see there's double doors, and they go out back, and there's like a patio area that's more laid back and quiet. You can hear the music from inside, but it's more laid back out there.
Go out there instead.
Are you guys gonna go into the shop?
We may as well. We're already here.
Nikolai just pokes his head out.
Perhaps we might
Let me
find
go.
something of use.
I'll draw the pocket tighter so that he can't actually get out, but I'll let him see the shop.
I'm just going to start tearing open her pocket.
Roll an attack. As you guys head into the shop, you go through the door. It's a relatively large door you're not used to seeing. It's like really tall, like way taller than you're used to, and wider. And you head inside, and you're instantly assaulted by the sounds of gears and other things and things being built.
Oh.
Well, if I'm attacking her pocket, that's a 18 for an unarmed strike.
Yeah.
Trying to tear it open.
You as you're inside, Augie, you're used to the familiar sounds of hammering, but not like the other sounds. But you hear a familiar sound of a thread being torn in your pocket.
And I jump out.
You can roll a dex there, Augie.
Get them out of my pocket. What are you doing?
Put me down.
No.
Yes!
You've
Hey.
already broken a promise. How can I
What are you
expect
talking
to
about?
behave in here?
What promise have I broken?
To not wander off
Yes,
on
but
your
you were
own,
gonna
brother.
stay
I did not make such a promise.
Exactly.
But you see
So there's no
all
promise
sorts
I
of
broke.
weird things going on. You see tables with like all these weird things laid out on it you're not used to seeing. And
I'm going to bite you.
You sure you want to do that? You realize that she could bite you in half.
Or throw you into a tree or something.
hey, Nikolai, you kind of take your eyes off of Augie and you look around at this area because the noise just kind of makes your tail crook a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And that anger that you feel is just instantly overwhelmed by wonder and awe by all the tinkering going on.
I still want to be let go so I can go look at it.
Yeah.
Do you have any like rope or something? Maybe we can make a leash.
This
You know, I did. It's all in my pack, though.
this person walks over and they're like a older gentleman, gray hair and everything.
No.
They're covered in oil and they have an apron on, and they're like,
She's trying to eat me. She won't let me go.
She's not trying to eat him.
if you were going to be eaten, you would already be eaten, and you would be food. You are not food yet, but I will provide you with a leash.
Thank you.
And he comes back with
Oh,
like,
fantastic.
and he comes back with like
Put
this
you
little
in,
like
a little
grabby hand.
harness as well.
It's like this little like 4-prong grabby hand, and he puts it on your back, and it clamps around you and straps it onto you, and you see this wire leash attached to you now. And he hands the end of the reel to Augie, and he takes you from Augie's hands, puts you on the ground,
She just
and
holds
you
down
run,
the
and it's
box
like
so you
almost
can't go
listening to
anywhere.
like a fishing line unwind, and you get about 60 feet away, and it just feel your feet go weightless as you hit butt on the ground.
What is this for?
Oh, come on. This is kind of impressive. You can't be mad about it.
It's neat, but why is it on me?
Probably for your own safety. Hello.
Yes, there are
How are
many
you?
things that can squish you in here. And there are many things that
I'm
can
well.
break.
What brings you into the Tinkering Guild?
Yeah.
Well,
This one.
this one here, he's quite the little tinkerer, as am I, but he's far more gifted at it than I am.
He comes over to you and he gets down on a knee and he looks at
I have
you.
a scowl on my face.
He's like, right, disposition for building shit. I know that look.
Yeah.
Oh, he also draws a bunch.
I can't do anything for anybody except for like making stuff, and these jerks won't let me go do anything.
We love you too.
We only do it because we care.
Take off this stupid leash.
No.
No,
I'm not a freaking pet.
nobody ever accused you of being a pet.
Then what's the leash for?
For your safety.
You're gonna try to get into everything and get stuck.
And you could cause us some trouble. We don't want to get in trouble on our first day here.
Eventually,
I'm fairly certain this guy doesn't want you taking anything apart.
Why would I take apart somebody's stuff? That's rude.
Why
Brother.
did you try to take apart my head?
eventually
just
a waitress
humor
does
us,
come
okay,
over to you
brother,
and she's
please.
like,
Humor us,
need anything to
and I
eat?
will buy you a good block of Gouda cheese.
Don't
Nothing
care.
to eat,
Get the
just
leash
drink.
off of me.
Would you like some mead? You try to pull it off and it just tightens around you. Not unpainfully, just
Oh.
enough.
I want to sit down and I'm going to study this. This
Okay.
I'm taking apart.
He's like, that's how you distract a tinkerer.
Usually all we have to do is give him a bit of paper. And
He comes back and he sets down
basically.
basically what is a Rubik's Cube in front of you, and it turns by itself and keeps making itself into a puzzle.
That's cool. Get this off of me.
He gently slides it towards you.
That's cool. Get this off of me.
Figure it out.
For real, that or
Figure
this?
out how to remove the leash from yourself, and we
So
won't
you
put
ask
the
for a
leash-
drink?
Yeah.
Alright,
Yeah.
fine.
She heads off, and eventually she comes back with some mead. It's a local brew, essentially.
How much?
She's like, on the house.
Thank you.
And she just kind of wanders off. You can hear the music from inside, and it's oddly like enchanting to you. It's almost like a siren song, if you could correlate that.
So, a Tinkerer's Guild. What exactly is that? I've never heard of one before.
Well, it's run by the gnomes, and it's literally just as it states. It's a Tinkerer's Guild. We build things, and we come up with schematics, we improve on things, we build other things.
Huh.
We should probably ask, how does one join? Because once he's done being distracted by that, he's probably going to want to either join or make his own.
That is very true.
He's like, why don't you leave him here for a while? I'll look after him. You guys go take care of whatever you want.
Are you
If
sure
we
that
leave
you
him
want
here,
to
he's
deal
going
with that
break
level of
down half of
headache?
your shop trying to figure out how it works.
And you see this gnome walk over, and this gnome just looks like they just blew something up.
Oh my god. I just picture it in my face.
Yeah. And they have like this orb, and you've never seen an orb like this, and you see like almost like an axis of metal on the outside. And the gnome hands it to the dude, and he's like, "Thank you." Name's Rylan. I'm the headmaster here at the Tinkerers Guild.
Riley.
Rylan.
Right. Okay.
And he walks over to you, Nikolai, and he crouches down. He's like, "How would you like to stay a while and learn about how things function here?"
I'd love it. That's why I came here.
Okay.
But these idiots won't let me be here.
He
Love you too,
he
brother.
flicks you on the he flicks you on the nose.
On the back of the head.
So you get flicked in the nose, and as you withdraw, you get flicked in the back of the head by Augie.
Hey, start tugging on things, see like what its give is.
He takes it off, and then he immediately puts this ball on you, and it's essentially a hamster ball. And it looks. He's like, "You can move freely. You just can't interact with him until you're a member of the guild."
I think they want you to join the guild, brother.
He's like, "Show me what you can do. I will
I'm
watch it
in a sphere right now.
so I can give you the tour."
If you be nice, he'll show you things. Calm down.
Look, if you're gonna be hot-headed, there's a actual blacksmith and forge off down that way. You can go join them.
I mean, that's kind of interesting, but it gets kind of boring after a
I'll be joining them soon.
while.
I will say I'm certainly interested in this Tinkering Guild, but I'm also very interested in as well as the Huntsman's Guild. But since we're here, I'd like to learn a little bit more about this place.
Yeah. So you guys are gonna take the tour with him.
Might as well.
Yeah. You're in this ball,
Fine.
and you kind of start pushing the ball, and it just kind of goes along easily. You kind of see him rolling off in the ball, and
You know, that kind of.
How come he's not in a ball?
he's
I
not
don't-
caught.
I don't touch everything that I see.
I don't either.
Oh,
Bullshit.
he may not touch everything, but he also licks a few things here and there.
No, I don't.
You have.
Okay, that was once.
Okay,
Once.
so you two are heading off, and you guys are. Where are you guys heading off to? You heading off to the anvil?
Do you want to go check out that blacksmith place?
I'm going to go check out that blacksmith place. Would you like to join me?
Oh,
Sure.
I see how it is. You can just go.
She
You're
does.
1 year older than me.
Well,
That's not cool.
Scav, Scav, will you please watch over your little brother?
Of course, if he gets.
I'm older than him.
You're younger than me.
No, I'm not.
How old are you?
You're still little.
No, seriously, how old are you again?
I'm like 16
Oh, we're the same
or
age.
17 or something like that.
We're the same age.
I forget exactly what his age is.
God, they do bicker like actual siblings.
Mm-hmm.
So you two head out, and you eventually talk back and forth about the trouble those two are going to get in. And
Am I still green?
no, it's worn off.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And you eventually work. You, Augie, it's like music to your ears, and some sort of like island of happiness in the calamity that's going on. You can hear the sounds of the anvil. And you work your way over there, and you're like, it just speaks to you. It's a bare bones building. It's got double doors on the front where you can just easily go into it. It's like, yep, this is definitely a blacksmith place. And you head into it, and you see all the chimneys are fully lit up. And once you go inside, you see a bunch of forges are lit, and you see a bunch of things in progress at the same time. But what startles you the most is there's about an 8-foot warforged there with this giant hammer and an apron on. And he's got these 4 glowing eyes, and he walks over to a thing, picks up a sword, and just starts wailing away on it like a machine would. And he checks it, and he goes back to hammering it, and he just plunges it in water and takes it back out and starts hammering it again. Augie's like, what?
Bang on the entryway. Hello?
I'm behind.
They turn around, they're like, this is greetings and salutations. Welcome to my shop, as they will say appropriately.
As they will say. Okay. Hi. Are you own this place then?
That.
Just looking up at this towering figure.
They walk over and this hammer, they rest it on their shoulder, and it's like a two-handed war hammer the size of you that they use to hammer with.
Earthbreaker, got it.
Yes, I am Crumb. This is my shop.
You're Crumb. Okay. Excuse me.
As you look,
Hello.
as you look past them, you see this anvil that's like the biggest anvil you've ever seen. Their main anvil.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's probably too tall for you to use.
Yeah. Okay.
Poor Augie is like,
Crumb, I suppose you'd be who I talk to about fabrication for any sort of metallurgy or... Damn, you're big. She just trails off and ends up, damn, you're big.
Augie has a hot for the giant Warforged blacksmith.
I elbow her in the...
Would you stop flirting and get to the point? You can definitely appreciate how fucking huge he is.
He goes over, he walks back into the thing, and it's just like thunk, thunk,
I won't
thunk,
say it, but
thunk,
I want to.
thunk. And he goes to a shelf and he takes this thing off the shelf, and you assume that it's an actual like just billet of metal, and he sets it on his anvil. And then he opens it and you realize it's actually a schematic book.
Oh.
Solid fucking metal.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Oh god,
I don't
please
even-
don't let that be the book that chooses me. I'll never be able to fucking move it.
I guess he's busy. Take a look around the shop and,
What?
and see what kind of work he does.
Oh, you're seeing like two-handed swords. You see things that you can't even surmise what they are. You see pieces of wagon commission. You see pieces of armor. A little bit of everything is there. And you see this one thing that kind of makes you raise an eyebrow, and it's more or less like a World War II cannon.
It's basically a howitzer.
Alright.
Jeez, that's terrifying.
So she's looking around and then she remembers why she came here. As amazing as all this work is, she remembers why she came here. Mongo, do you remember the name of the gentleman we were supposed to be finding?
Which one?
The Heimerdinger, the Hemsworth, something. I can't name.
Heinrich, I think.
Heimlich? No. Heinrich.
Heinrich! I'm Crumb.
Crumb turns around.
Actually, we're trying to find one Heinrich.
They just kind of pause for a moment. Think about it.
Hendrik, sorry.
I do not know a Heimlich.
Hendrix?
Do a wisdom there, buddy. Because you're like really trying not to metagame there.
Oh yeah, that's a 1.
Well, he did ask
Oh, yeah.
me.
You're not there.
Wrong information. No, me, like personally.
You're standing there and you're just kind of like trying to think about it. And you lean on something.
Henderson?
You kind of thinking about it. You just start leaning on something, and you realize your hand's on an anvil, and you can feel it starting to sizzle a little bit. You look at your paw, and you can see the burnt hairs on it.
That touch has hot surfaces. Wait, why is that surface hot?
Why do you
Advanced
feel at home
technique.
in a very dangerous place?
Would you like to learn advanced technique?
I would like to learn advanced technique. Yes, very much so. However, we do have.
Proceed. He pushes
sort
you
of
aside
quest.
very easily, Mongo, and ushers you over. And you see fire just jet out of like the actual forge across the anvil, and you see the anvil start to glow a little bit.
Hmm.
And he takes a blade and he puts it in the fire, and then he puts it on the anvil and starts beating it. And you can see it almost like tempering much better than you would have back at home.
Mm-hmm. How did you do that?
And quickly starts going into like, you know, slow mode or fast mode.
Slow mode.
We will proceed with caution. You set up anvil system so it heats. Then you apply blade to heat. And then you forge blade on anvil to produce better blade.
But you don't use a forge. How is your anvil getting the heat?
Gnomish tinkering.
And her eyes just light up as she's like, "Oh, I get it. Okay."
Then he actually takes you to the other side of the forge. And for once you see this Warforged very excited. And you see this new system set up, and you see like what looks like a the negative of a sword.
Mm-hmm.
And he closes it, and he presses the button and pulls a lever, and you start to hear something grinding off in the back of the shop somewhere. And it just gets much warmer in the actual forge itself, and you see hot metal being poured into this, and you start to see it spread out amongst the actual shape of the metal, the blade. And you see another template come down and smash it. And you just see, like, super cool, and he reaches in and he takes out the blade without even forging it, but it was cast in the metal.
Yeah. That is brilliant. Are you taking apprentices?
Not currently. He takes another book off the shelf. This one is not made of metal, thank God. And he hands you a book.
Take the book.
The book
Start
has...
opening it, flipping through.
Yeah, it's things that Charlie has touched on, but it also has more advanced techniques that have been recently developed as well.
Mm.
New world for Augie to...
Oh, I know this one. I don't know this one, though. How do you do this one? Pointing out one of the advanced techniques that Charlie didn't touch on.
He looks at it and he's like, ah. And he goes through it for relatively, like, its second nature.
Mm.
Currently, gnomes use gem to cut actual metal that has been flattened.
The gem has been flattened, or the metal has been flattened?
The metal.
I thought so. A little bit weird. Sorry. This is all very new.
Poor Augie.
Her brain is breaking right now.
So as you guys are at the at Crumb's anvil, back to you guys. He walks along. He's walking you down a hall, and you can see various rooms along each side, and in they're like open rooms, and you can see full tinkering tables inside each room with all sorts of things that the people that have rented the rooms have brought in essentially to work on. And you're instantly thrown for a loop as you see a Warforged walk out, and they're talking with a gnome.
Oh.
That one's kind of like what Beedrum was, but
like more put together.
More put together. So, what kind of things do you make here?
The guy, he looks at it, he's like, well, that is the question. There are many things we actually make here, right? And they... Careful if you start dealing with gnomes, because you will start speaking like them. It's addicting.
Okay.
But the primary communication here is Gnomish lingo, essentially, and a lot of the notes are in Gnomish lingo because they're basically the ambassadors of tinkering. Your kind, though, kobolds, that's they're called, are
That is correct.
adept at tinkering, but it's tends to be frowned upon as more crude.
This is true.
I've seen quite a few kobolds kill themselves in tinkering.
Our stuff is very effective, but very dangerous.
Effective is not a word I would use for it.
It does as it's intended to do, just not safely. You are correct.
Volatile, hostile, murderous, self-destroying, yes.
Oh, these aren't. And I show the diffuser and the hand lantern I've made.
He takes 10 steps back.
And you're worried about me.
He's like, no, I'm worried about your safety and you losing the rest of that tail. I'm worried about him blowing up half the shop.
It's just a hand lantern and a diffuser.
Portable explosives, as we refer to them as.
One just gives off misty scents, and the other one just gives off light.
Yeah, that's generally what happens when things explode.
Okay. How do I make things not explode?
Well, you could step away from the tinkering.
But you have a good point. I mean, imagine like being able to combine like something that like alcohol, you know, it's like catches on fire with a lamp, so that you can like throw it as a bomb. That'd be cool.
Have you seen a warship?
No.
Does his tail instantly crook?
What's a warship?
Oh boy.
No.
It's Nikolai's new life goal.
Related to Nikolai.
So he walks you down the hall past the Warforged and the gnome, letting you peer into different things. The
Just
gnome,
looking at
the Warforged, he just walks past you and looks down at you and tips his head at you.
Is it like a metal baller cap?
No.
That'd be great.
It'd be funny if it's actually like a skull cap and it's actually his skull.
That actually be really pulls off the skull cap.
Oh god, what have I done?
Smell the service for a second. Oh.
Oh boy. But yeah. He's like, little mouse, do you like to tinker?
Yes.
He takes you into a shop.
I'm gonna show. Can I show you my stuff?
He takes you into a shop, one of the rooms, right? He invites you in too, Scav.
Follow along, put my stuff away.
He closes the door and you can, and he picks a little ball up and he sets it on the big bench in the middle. And as soon as you look around, you see it's like a Christmas of like parts and things and gears and pieces of metal and all this other stuff.
Nikolai's shorts get tighter.
His tail does
So much cool stuff.
His tail is now round. And he opens the thing. He's like, okay, I will leave you in this room for 2 hours.
Okay.
Build me something. And he walks with you, Scav, and closes the door behind him, leaving you alone in this room.
Oh, God.
I don't know if that was a good idea.
The room is self-contained. It's perfectly safe.
I don't know if it's safe for him.
Well, we'll just take him to the local church and have him resurrected. Wait, what?
How do I get better at tinkering things?
I don't think tinkering is your nature. I think animals are more your nature. He looks at you and your garb and what you're wearing.
It's like a mixture of like huntsman's clothes and some like a little bit of like an apron on the side, a little bit of like his tinkering tool belt and such, but
Yeah.
it's very rudimentary.
He walks with you towards the front door, and he's like, here's an idea for you. Why don't you visit the Hunters Guild,
Okay.
find your path, and you're clever enough you can relay ideas to your brother to actually build something that's functional and not going to kill you.
Okay. Did we just lose? It just went completely blanked out for a second, and then we're back.
Yeah, it does that. It's weird.
Alright.
Twitch just does that sometimes. We're fine.
Twitch is a little twitchy.
Gotcha. I will take your advice then, and I will go ahead and make my way over there, but... what about my little brother in there?
He'll be fine.
Okay. I'm gonna put my faith in you. And with that, I will make my way over to the Huntsman's location. I forget the name of it. Over here. I will make my way over to the Huntsman's.
Alright.
How much time does it look like there's left in the day?
Oh, it's already getting fairly late. It's past dinner time.
In that case, I will not do that. I'll make my way back to the tavern.
Okay. Yeah, you're sitting there, and this lady, she comes up and she sits down next to you, and she just rests the staff against her arm, and she's just looking over at you.
I'm gonna flip a page. It's a little rude to stare.
She's like, oh, I haven't seen a centaur in a while.
I'll look up.
And she's dressed in like leathers, and you can see like she has like a head, more or less a headdress of leaves and things. She's like, so, what brings a centaur druid all the way out here?
I was originally traveling with my siblings. Was pulling the cart for them for a while before bandits decided to attack us, and may or may not have humiliated one because he decided he wanted to point arrows in faces and, you know, just be a royal prick.
She's like, you know, bandits are some of the worst kind you can deal with. I was traveling with one of those finger-wiggling wizards once, and a bandit upset him, and he used this weird spell. I don't know what it was, but they blew up like a balloon and then exploded.
Love it.
It was like, it was so interesting. Have you ever seen someone just blow up like that? They floated briefly, too, before exploding, but...
I didn't see an explosion, but it possibly sent a hoof through a shoulder.
She's like, that's impressive. She's like, the staff has been through a mouse and out the bottom end.
Impaling, nice.
Yeah.
I have only heard rumors of this. I'm from a town. We had a few centaurs, mostly guards, and my old boss was one, but I don't remember parents or anything, and was just told about an island we all came from.
She's like, oh, you want to go back to the homeland? She's like,
I didn't know there was one.
She's like, well, you're really far away from home. She's like, she picks up some dirt, and you see her start rolling it, and it starts taking on a spherical shape. And she just kind of holds it up, and she just pokes with her finger, and she makes a dot. She's like, we're here. You want to go here. Across this giant river, ocean.
How did you do that?
Oh, it's a simple spell. Mold Earth, as they call it.
I don't know how to do that.
She's like, are you part of a druid circle?
I don't remember ever meeting any from where me and my siblings were from. I got this book from my old boss. From what I remember, she used to be.
And she takes the book very gently and starts looking through it, examining it. She's like, well, you've already been marked. when you leave this place, keep an eye out for the crow, and if you see the crow, follow it, and it will take you to the circle. So the location changes quite a bit from time to time where the Druid Circle is and the village is, so the easiest way to get there is to follow the crow.
Do you mean, point to the feather on her headdress, you mean what this came from?
The other one. The moon one. Not the sun one.
Can you tell me more about those crows? I only saw that one.
Hi, buddy. She smiles a bit. She's like, there's two crows. There's the white one, and there's the black one. The white one marks you first, and eventually the black one will come and guide you to where you need to go. But the black one only comes out at night. It is the star crow. What you have is the sun crow.
So I need to wait or seek it out at night?
It'll find you. Just be open to it. And she just kind of motions for the waiter, and she gets a couple of drinks and some food, and she starts talking back and forth to you regarding the mythology about the two crows, essentially, of what they mean. One is life, one is death, and to be basically the Druid Circle embraces both of those, life and death. So in order to fully become like understanding of the actual circle, you have to understand that there's life and there's death. So eventually it's a completion of life, the circle of life, essentially. And so you've been approached by one, now you'll be approached by the second. You don't know when that will happen, but it will happen. But she is very much an older wood elf. It's rare for like a wood elf to actually have like, you know, graying hair, but she is all gray. So she's been around a while. Probably around 700 or so years old.
I do have one more question. What can you tell me about any kind of nature around outside these walls?
She's
for a warning for traveling. I only know of the spotted dogs because we came through the spotted dog forest, but I didn't see any there, so I assume they're long, long gone.
There's rumors from other druids that there are still spotted dogs out there, but for the most part, they're just fables. There is the witch that wanders the woods. Everybody avoids traveling at night because of that. There's newer rumors of mage that is hunting other mages, seeking them out in duels outside of cities, and then killing them and taking their books and their wands as trophies. There's been no true evidence of that yet. Just like outside of that, it's your normal dangers of nature, and being a druid, you shouldn't have much problem. Wild animals, bears, wolves, the assortment.
Wanted to be sure there were no, brownies super close by.
The Fae tend to only linger around the actual ley lines in their rivers, so that's not too much to worry about. Avoid those areas of significant power, and you're less likely to run into those sort of things. The Veil, you definitely want to avoid.
I will definitely keep this in mind and let my siblings know this.
So, you carry on for a bit longer while you guys eat dinner, talking back and forth, and she's giving you information about basically being a druid in the Druid Circle, what it's like, essentially. It's more or less an extended family. So, Augie, what are you doing? Mungo?
Well, Augie's gonna start heading back to the tavern after looking at how late it's gotten.
Yep.
And just screwing around with smithing and metallurgy all day.
Yeah.
I believe his name was Crumb.
Yes.
Crumb. And yeah, you're just following behind, like.
Yep. Now that we're out of the shop, we should probably go pick up the boys.
I've made my way over to the tavern. There's always another day for the Huntsman's Guild. It is rather late.
Yep.
And I'd rather not take up their time. If I spot my siblings, however, I'll go ahead and tell them that, hey, I'm into the room.
Yeah.
But
yeah. Yeah, you guys. The only one you guys will all eventually meet back up, and the only one missing is Nikolai.
Hello, everybody.
Scav.
If you got someone.
Quick thing.
Are we
Are
missing somebody?
y'all meeting up inside the tavern?
Yes.
Okay. I just want to be sure.
Yeah.
His placement.
Yes.
Are we missing someone there?
We
Someone
are,
supposed to be watching
however.
over?
We are, however. It's for a good reason, though.
So, can Nikolai be less than 10 pounds weight?
Oh,
He's
we'll
only
talk.
1 foot tall.
We'll talk about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
The Tinkerers Guild basically put him in a room, let him out of that little hamster ball, and said that essentially they want Nikolai to build him something.
Build him what?
I don't know.
Terrible idea.
That's exactly what I told them, but they said that it would be fine. That if anything went wrong, they would take care of it.
Well, they don't fucking know him.
That's exactly what I said.
Oh, God.
But supposedly that if something goes wrong, they could fix it, and if he hurts himself, they could fix that too. And they said that it's perfectly fine, that we could leave him there while he does his little tinkering test thing, whatever, and that they might let him into that guild. Perhaps it might be a good thing.
Oh, God, he's gonna come back missing an arm.
Yeah, maybe, but you know what? It'd be pretty cool if you had like a robo arm thingy. But yeah, that's where Nikolai is right now. I will probably go and see that the Huntsman's Guild
I sent you a
tomorrow.
message.
I don't see any point in going right now because it is rather late.
Can you go ahead and roll a, well, you're going to be working on the schematics all night.
Yeah.
So go ahead and, roll up a, tinkering for me.
This one?
Yep.
We got 2 hours, so I guess I can take some minutes on that to add to the dice roll, right?
You technically have all night here.
Okay.
Yeah, this is essentially an entry exam into the tinkering.
Yeah, okay. Let's have a good roll. Yeah, not bad, 16.
Alright.
So with my sleight of hand, that'd be a 20.
Alright. So, as the night carries on, you guys eventually find yourselves back to the room. You know Nikolai is in good hands. If it's an official sanctioned guild, he's probably in good hands. And you eventually find your way to your beds, and with thoughts in your head about how much the world has opened up to you. Nikolai, you look around off this bench, and you take in the surroundings, and you look at the things that are available to you right now. And you sit down and you kind of collect yourself a little bit, and you begin to just make the schematics for what you want to make. And you start drawing it out and start looking at all the pieces that you could use for it. And kind of work into the night, starting to put this together. Rudimentary at first, but it'll get the job done. And with that, with you guys basically turning in for the night, we're going to call it for the night. And that's where we're going to end tonight's session. I'd like to
Yay.
thank for everybody for tuning in and watching the first session of the tavern.
Thanks everybody for watching.
Thanks, everybody.
you.
Honestly, hope you enjoyed it, and we hope to see you again for the next session.
Yeah, thanks everybody. We hope to see you again for the next session, and you guys
Tell your
have a good
friends.
night.
Tell your friends, tell your family, tell anybody who is interested.
Tell your worst enemy.
Tell your best friend.
Tell your
Ah.
boss, tell your teachers, coworkers.
Yeah,
Tell your cat.
the tavern is officially open for business.
We
All right.
hope to see more of you soon.
You have a good night. Thank you, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.